The hell are you supposed to be? I'm vengeance.
Oh, what's up? What's up, guys? AWO Air Order. What's up, guys? On a Sunday, July 27th of 2025. I hope you're all good, man. I'm okay today. You know, very boring day today. Admit, a boring day. You know, I find most Sundays boring, but I'm here for AWO Detracts episode 8. Yes, I did do one previously on Thursday, but Sunday is technically the day that the show is supposed to be on. I just couldn't do one past Sunday because it was last Sunday because there was big Marvel news that AW Detracts, AW Detracts, AWO Detracts. I couldn't do. Let me get this. Last week, I wish he was going to do a detracting video last Sunday, but there was a whole can of worms about Marvel. Kevin Feige let a whole can of worms, an explosion, a nuclear bomb of information. So I decided to talk about that. Oh yeah, Sturgis got roasted by Grok. He can't come back from that. That's a fact. But I'm here tonight. So I start earlier than usual because this is a long ass video from Grace Randolph, 35 minutes. 35 minutes long, okay? And I think Blindness says he is going to join, so I'm going to send him an invite. He saw the movie, and you know, I know Blindness thought he loved the movie. He fucking loved the movie. But yeah, this is apparently this is a 35-minute long video from Grace Randolph. But before I get into it with you guys, my viewers, my friends, my buddies, if you're new and you're checking out this channel for the first time and you see what you like, please subscribe, smash the like button, do all of that. Fantastic Four. I think Fantastic Four made, as of today, is 280 million worldwide. So it's making good numbers. Okay. So I did invite my buddy Blinded. Okay. Now this is a Grace Randolph. Look. This is not detracting, because she liked the movie. But with the things that she'll say, she usually says, will make you question her way of thinking and make you be like, where the hell did she get that from? Where did she get that from? Like, how did she get that? Okay? Out of the ballpark kind of takes. I do think Blind says, Grace, isn't Ostrom's clickbait? Okay? Shut up, Red. That's what the stream is about, okay? What? It's all about. So yeah, he is gonna join Blinded. He saw the movie yesterday, and Blinded loved the movie. He can't stop talking about it. He's in love with the movie. Blinded. So I hope to get. Yeah, it's good to see Kevin, it's Red, and George in the chat. I hope. I gotta see something. I gotta see something here. Okay, there we go. It was a refreshing movie. You didn't. Oh, yeah, George saw it. Okay, yeah, George saw it. Yeah, refreshing movie. Now, Blinded will join. Whenever he can. I'm a little early. I said 8:00 p.m. Eastern time, but I'm here at started this a little early. Nothing to do because this is a long stream, so could be her video's long, 35 minutes. I'm gonna take away the banner. I don't think I need that any for this. Okay. Don't need that. I'm not watching MCU's Love Theaters. Okay. There's Blinded. See, there's Blinded in the chat. I don't think she's married, Mo. Mo. He's not in the chat, but Mo is responding in a group chat. I don't know if she's married. I don't think she's married. She's probably married to John Campia. There's Blinded. See, I told you he's going to join. So, yeah, she liked the movie, okay? So, she liked the movie. But this is a spoiler review. And you know how Grace operates, right? You know how she operates, all right? So, this is a... So Blind will come in when he's ready. Okay. All right. I don't understand her list here. I mean, I understand her list, but I feel like the order doesn't make sense here, okay? Like, she's talking about the villains before the heroes. Look, the heroes are at the bottom of the list, each character, but she has the villains there. She has the Galactus there, Silver Surfer, Doom, Mole Man. But the heroes' name individually are at the end. Like yeah. So she's like, why would you talk about the villains first and not the heroes? I don't understand that. Okay. I mean, you can talk, all right? Like, I don't understand that. If I made a video, I wouldn't start off. When I make videos like this, I don't start off with the villain. Talking about the villain. But that's her. That's what she has to start off. That's up to her. You know, people are different when they make videos. I just think if the movie is based on the movie is called Fantastic Four, I think not Doom, not Galactus and Silver Surfer, not Mole Man and Galactus, not the Fantastic Four villains. The movie is called Fantastic Four. I think you start off with each individual character first, then you get to the villains. But that's just me. It's like the movie called The Batman. Are you gonna start off with the Riddler? You're gonna start off with the Riddler before Batman? That's just me, man. Like, okay, that's just me. But this is 35 minutes long, and she has to talk about Superman. She does have to talk about Superman. You can't talk about this movie without talking about Superman, guys. We have to separate it, right? We can't separate the two, right? You know, we can't separate the two. Okay. You can't separate the two movies. It's gonna happen. This is gonna happen every time Marvel and DC movie comes out in the same month, or relative to this. That doesn't necessarily be the same month. It could be the same 2 months. It could be in a 2 months time span. We're gonna have this thing. We're gonna have this competition, and the thing is, Fantastic Four really has all of August. Nothing in August is gonna. Nothing in August, from I know, it's gonna like really derail Fantastic Four's box office. Okay. Like Freaky Friday's not gonna do it. Naked Gun's not gonna do it. The Bad Guys 2 are not gonna do it. So Fantastic Four doesn't really have to worry about August, and Superman is still doing really okay. As the weeks go by, it's gonna get lower and lower, but it's still surviving. It's hanging on. Just past 500 million. But you know what? This is always gonna happen when there's a Marvel and DC movie relatively out, whether it's the same month but in the same time period. We're gonna have this. We're gonna have this. We're gonna have this. We're gonna have this. And it's please in the future when people do this, don't put Supergirl up against Spider-Man. I know Spider-Man comes out a month after Supergirl. Supergirl comes out in June, Spider-Man comes out in July. But please don't do this with Supergirl and Spider-Man. Supergirl has no chance to compete with Spider-Man next year. And please, in 2027, don't do this with the Batman Part 2 and Avengers Doomsday. I think the Batman Part 2 could hit $1 billion, but Avengers Doomsday is going to make a lot more money. Can we not do this? And Batman Part 2 does come out 2 more months before Avengers Doomsday. That's true. So maybe people won't do it for Avengers Doomsday and the Batman Part 2, but if they do, please don't. Please. Don't put them up against each other. Okay? You can't put up Avengers movie against any of DC solo movies. Batman will do well, regardless. But I don't want... It's late, yeah. Okay. Batman Part 2, Batman Part 2 is 2027. Oh, Secret Wars. Oh, yeah, Secret Wars. Thank you. Secret Wars, my point still stands, George. Secret Wars. My point still stands. Because it's still an Avengers movie. So, one movie, but the point still stands. My point still stands. Let's just not do this, okay? Where 3 of the next biggest movies in the MCU are Spider-Man and Avengers movies. Please, let's not do this, okay? Clayface is Supergirl. You have no chance against Marvel next year in terms of box office. They're going to destroy Spider-Man and Avengers Doomsday. It's going to destroy both of them. Sorry. It's a fact. It's okay. So let's not do this next year with Clayface. I mean, you can't do Clayface as a Doomsday either. I mean, they can't do that. Let's not do that this time around, okay? Okay. Okay. It's not. You're wrong. Let's not do this. Let's not do this with Marvel and DC. Let's just be happy. We got 2 good movies in 1 month. Can we just be happy with that? Happy with that? I mean,
review time, and even though I don't love this movie as so many of you do, I mean, I don't hate it, but I don't love it as many of you as you do. That doesn't mean we still can't have a really interesting, in-depth conversation about it. I've got a lot of spoiler observations that I can't wait to share with you. And also some questions.
Supergirl projected to make $4 trillion next year, while Spider-Man is expected to make only $800 million. Yes, that's correct, Red. Based on your sources, that's correct. Okay, whatever source is telling you that, yeah. Okay. Yeah, whatever source is telling you that, Red. You tell them. You tell them.
I want to ask you now that we can really talk about the movie, since you've seen it or are going full spoiler anyway.
That's you, Red. Going
If
full spoiler. That's you.
you're at all into the comic book space, you should see it. It's clearly going to be an important film, not just creatively, but from a business perspective within the MCU.
No shit.
Movie Math on Sunday. Be sure to subscribe so you know exactly when it goes up. Hit that notification bell, baby. And why not the like button? Okay.
Oh my God.
So in the spirit of most people's positivity towards this movie,
Oh my God. Really? Okay, nothing bad here, obviously. Let's go.
I want to start our spoiler discussion with my favorite scene in the film, which I suspect is many people's favorite scene in the film. Although I would be interested down below to hear what your favorite scene about, to the first meeting with Galactus to the chase that ensues. By far and away, I think the best shot in the movie, the one where I actually thought to myself, wow.
You keep getting all these interviews with Superman. Eventually, people are going to figure it out.
But the glasses.
Superman.
Was where
You see, I talk about Superman, we get a Superman thing. See what happens? You see what happens, guys? That's what happens. I get Superman.
they try to escape, Sue is having contractions, about to give birth.
I'll tell you one thing. That's a very good scene. That whole sequence in that in the chase while Sue's pregnant and giving birth. That's a very good. That was a very good sequence. The chase. That was actually well done. Some of the best work Marvel's done.
Birth. She's in Reed's arms, and the Silver Surfer, who's given chase, not only catches up to them, but phases through the back of the ship and then reaches out and actually reaches out. Yeah, I got to tell you, there's no privacy at all in that belly. Sue was making it go see through. The Silver Surfer was just reaching in there. You know, I'm not a doctor, you don't say, or a child psychiatrist, but I do wonder what effect it would have if you could say peekaboo to your unborn child before they were born. I mean, this movie.
Cringe already. Oh my God. Oh my God. What the hell's going on here? Oh my God. Really? Really? Peekaboo! I see you. Oh my God. Really? Oh my God. That makes me laugh. That's actually making me laugh. That's hilarious. That's fucking hilarious. Sorry. Yeah. Is she referring to an abortion with that peekaboo with an unborn child? Yeah, maybe. She might be. She might be. Peekaboo! The fuck? I'll be on, bro. Don't worry. You have lots of time, man. We're only 2 minutes in. My God, this is cringe already. This is cringe already. Peekaboo! Peekaboo! I'm gonna steal that. I'm gonna steal that. You know what? After this stream, well, maybe tomorrow. I'm gonna steal that and like use it as a clip. Use it as a clip. I think I will. I'm gonna steal that for sure. That's a fact. I'm gonna steal that. Okay, guys, remind me to steal that from. Okay. I'm gonna check my community section for a sec. Peekaboo, peekaboo. You know what? All right. Don't worry, Blind. We're not in. We're
did a lot of things like, isn't that cool? And I just, it's just the way I consume that belly. Who's given chase, not only
we gotta get
catches
to the
up to
peekaboo
them,
scene again.
but phases through the back of the ship
Peekaboo.
and then reaches out and actually reaches into Sue's belly. Yeah, I gotta tell you, there's no privacy at all in that belly. Sue was making it go see-through. The Silver Surfer was just reaching in there. I'm not a doctor, you don't say, or a child psychiatrist, but I do wonder what effect it would have if you could say peekaboo to your unborn child before they were born. I mean, this movie did a lot of.
I gotta trim that. I gotta take that out. Oh my god! I got use it as a clip. I'm using it as a clip, the peekaboo clip, man. I'm using that, guys. I'm gonna use that. I'm sorry. I find it hilarious. That's actually quite funny. Don't. The answer is nothing. The answer is nothing, but it's still funny. It's still funny. I gotta answer that, man. Peekaboo! My God. This is Grace. If she ever gets pregnant, this is the thing. If Grace ever gets pregnant, she'll play peekaboo with her unborn child. I think that's what she wants to do. I think if she ever gets pregnant, she wants to play peekaboo with the unborn child. It's quite obvious. It's quite obvious what she want to do, huh? It's quite obvious. It's quite obvious what she wants. And so, okay, and that's what she wants. She'll probably get that.
Things like, isn't that cool? I just, it's just the way I consume entertainment.
You're the only one. You're probably the only person, Grace, in the world consumes entertainment like that. And nobody. I could guarantee nobody else in the theater. You're in. I was in. Blind is in. Or anybody seen the movie around the world has thought about peekaboo with an unborn child. I don't think it's anybody. I don't. What the peekaboo? I don't think anybody thought that. There's no way anybody thought that. Oh my God. Peekaboo. There's no way anybody thought like that. Okay? Thought about thought about that scene, like peekaboo, like no wonder you have weird. No wonder your reviews of movies are so out there. It's so like in another world. Reviews of anything is so out there because what you say is so wacky. Like it's like what are you like? But her stuff, what it's just not normal. Like who says that? Who goes to the movie theater? Who goes into the movie theater watching Fantastic Four, not knowing what the story is about or whatever, and then when they see a scene, they think about peekaboo with an unborn child. Who thinks like that? Who goes to the movie thinking like that? Who's watching the movie thinking that's happening? He's gonna think that's gonna happen. Like, oh my God. It's actually quite funny. This is quite funny. I mean, it's funny. I never. She's the only one. She's the only one. She's the only person I can think of has that kind of mindset, that kind of view on the movies. I don't know, whatever. Because she definitely, when she watches stuff, she definitely has these out of the world points. Like she's trying to make. I mean, with Jester Bell, her points don't make sense. Her point is more like hatred, right? With Grace is like, wow, what is she saying? Like, wow, she's with Grace is like her stuff, what she says in her videos and streams, like, what? How does that make sense? And it's not necessarily, not all the time, aggravating. Sometimes it makes me laugh. Just like this. This actually makes me laugh. This makes me laugh. It's not aggravating. It makes me laugh. And look, sometimes I do like people with takes that are not the consensus, not the hot takes. There's stuff like that. I do like people, like I know some people have takes like that are like that on YouTube. I don't mind that. I like it sometimes, But hers is like, okay, where do you get that from? All right.
Questions like that. I'm like, what about the psychological implications? They were like, whatever. I wanted to see what it looked like.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. What? That's a very immature thing to think like. Only immature people think like that. Okay? Sorry.
So yes, the Silver Surfer actually reaches in to Sue's womb. And the look of horror on Reed and Sue's face, and that perspective of just how close the Silver Surfer gets is an incredible bit of filmmaking. I mean, wow. Wowie, wow, wow. I love that. I give that sequence all its flowers. And when Sue then orders her brother to kill the Silver Surfer, saying, because Johnny's like, I kind of like her. And she's like, she's trying to take your nephew. And Johnny goes, okay, I'll kill her. I was like, ooh, this movie's got some edge. And as many of you know, for someone, I do love like Disney parks and all that kind of stuff and Pollyanna, but I do like me some edge. So I was like, ooh, I like where you're going with this movie.
Grace.
Movie.
Grace. It's a Marvel movie. It's gonna have edge in it, some edginess in it. Okay. Now this is not me laughing at her. This is me getting a little pissed off, a little angry with her. This take. Marvel. Of course, it might have edginess in this movie. Okay? This is Marvel. Marvel has edginess in their stuff. Maybe not to the point where DC goes, but there's edginess to a limit. Okay? Why? Because Marvel Studios is owned by Disney, you're not allowed any edginess? Have you watched the past Marvel movies? And what does that have to do with Disney parks? Disney parks, Disney World, Disneyland, yeah, it's for kids. But so what? What does that have to do with that? For that? Because Disney's meant for kids? Yeah, Disney owns property that's not just for children, okay? But it makes me wonder. Like you obviously watch the past Marvel movies, but maybe you're forgetting that Marvel movies had edginess in it for some time now. I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know. Just stop with this. Stop with this mindset towards Disney, please. Please, we gotta stop with the thinking towards Disney. Okay. Yes, there's edginess in this movie. It's a Marvel movie.
And that brings up an interesting point. Based on some of the comments that you guys have left on my non-spoiler review, it would seem that back in the day when Kirby was in charge of the Fantastic Four, they were a loving and healthy family and team. Ha! Boring. But more recent comics, the ones that I've read, I don't read all the Fantastic Four comics to be fair, but the ones that have interested me, and I've told you what I like, they're called isolationist scientists who put their family first and foremost. And I see healthy stuff in my fictional entertainment.
The fuck? Oh my god. She just wants a perfectly normal family, and with no problems, no issues. There's nothing, in this movie, in this. She just wants the Fantastic Four to have no problems at all. There's nothing like that. There's no disagreeing, agreeing. There's no whatever in the family, whatever in the family, family issues. All she just want all one perfect family because her excuse is get it all out of in a fictional setting. We don't need it in a fictional world. Okay. Okay. Is that her? Was that what she's saying? Is that what she wants? I mean, like, sorry, but that would be boring if the Fantastic Four were all loving and agreeing and everything, they had no problems, no issues, anything like that, see someone happy family, not a dysfunctional family with powers with issues, right? That would be fucking boring. That would be boring. That would make this movie boring, and you would totally have to change the whole story of this movie. And I guarantee you, this would be it'd be a horrible movie if you had it that way. It would not be fun. People would be like, "Yeah, this is too unrealistic." I know as I'm saying this as a Marvel. I know Marvel is unrealistic. It's a comic book property. There's people with powers. There's monsters. There's mutants and stuff like that. But the human aspect is still the same. And when I mean human aspect, I mean emotions and feelings, things like that. Okay, it's still part of it. Okay, so seriously, it would be having them being. They're not. I wouldn't say they're dysfunctional, right? But of course, like all families, not all families are perfect. No family is perfect. Okay, and you have to incorporate that in the movies because it makes it better. It makes it more dramatic. It makes it more serious. It makes it a better story, a better plot, especially for the outcome of the film. All right. You need this kind of stuff in the Fantastic Four movie. You need family drama, family issues in this. They can't all be one perfect family. No problems, no issues. Disagree on everything. They all smile at everything. Things like that. No. That's not how it works in a fictional world, and it does not how it works in a non-fictional world. Okay? It doesn't work like that. Family. Ugh. Man, okay. Sorry, guys. Sorry we got a little frustrated there. That's not my intention. That was not what I wanted to do there. I just, I just hate when some people pick and choose. But yeah, all right. Blinder, where are you, buddy? I'm waiting for you. I mean, you're only 3 minutes in, and I've already been here for 36 minutes. Huh? All right. Yeah, Blind will be here, guys. Don't worry about it. Family. All right. And by the way, that's a Jonathan Hickman issue. But it's funny. It's funny. Like, the director was inspired all by a lot of Fantastic Four things, and Jonathan Hickman was one of them. He mentioned Jonathan Hickman as one of the comic creators, one of the comic writers, as part of inspiration for this film, along with others. Obviously, Jack Kirby, Jonathan Hickman, and I think Alex Ross, and others. Whatever she wants to think, bro. Family.
All right. So anyway, I don't like the Fantastic Four completely take over through the Future Foundation. We don't need any governments of the world. The Future Foundation will decide everything, and they just have complete control over Earth. I mean, call me Lex Luthor, I guess, but I have a real problem with that. And Superman, we're going to talk about the similarities with Superman, as you can see from the chapter times there. But Superman really had that.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my fucking God. I think, do you hear that? Do you hear that, guys? She's calling them a fascist, a team of fascists. That they're the ones controlling the world, bossing the world around. He's calling them a fascist. Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't believe what she says. Seriously.
Discussion about
They're not ruling the earth. Oh my God.
When somebody has superpowers, and the government.
Oh my God. She thinks they're ruling the earth. No, they're protecting the earth. Oh my God. Oh my god. Oh my god. Fandoms are imploding. Oh my god. She thinks the Fantastic Four are ruling over Earth. That they are. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. Hey, Detracts, it's good to see you. I can't. I can't. I can't fathom this. I can't fathom this. That the fact that she thinks they're the Fantastic Four in this movie are ruling over Earth. Oh my god. She called the Fantastic Four dictators, fascists.
There even says, "I'm glad you're okay." You know, they to Rick Flag Sr. saying, "I'm glad you don't have a problem with metahumans because they just became fully in charge." But you know, nobody was happy about it, and certainly not Lex Luthor. And you know, just
stop it. Okay, stop with the Superman and Fantastic Four comparison, please. Oh my god.
the whole Earth was just like, "Okay, you drive Fantastic Four." And a lot of times, I thought the Fantastic Four were driving them off a cliff, and we're going to talk.
I'm curious what you're gonna do with X-Men. X-Men now, with the mutants.
About that. I do wish, like with the Marvel movie Civil War, they had taken the time to really explore the moral quandary, a moral quandary that didn't actually divide the fandom. Most of you sided with Cap, even though Bucky killed.
Why would they do that in this movie? Why would they want people to pick? Nobody wants to pick sides of the Fantastic Four. Why would they want people to do that? Oh, are you team Sue? Are you team Reed Richards? My guess would be Sue's brother would join up with her, and Ben would join up with Reed. Why would nobody want that? Civil War made sense because of the movie before it, the previous movie before it. Avengers, Ultron made sense. Okay, it makes it. Nobody wants that in a Fantastic Four movie. Why would you want them to do? Oh my god! This is why she should never write movies. Okay. Leave that towards Avengers Doomsday, okay, and Secret Wars, the moral conundrum stuff, right? What they should do, okay. Leave that for that movie, not for this movie, okay. Blinded. I don't think she really saw the movie. What's up, Blinded? I know you love the movie. I know you love the movie.
Yes, yeah, I like the movie.
So, Blinded,
Yeah, I
do you
like
like
the movie.
Did you say peekaboo?
Yeah, I heard her say that. Strange. By the way, this is the first time in 2 months since I'm logging into Marvel Rivals. Oh boy, I see what happened. I'm not buying no season pass, so
They ruined it.
I'm guessing. I don't know. Maybe I should just play Minecraft, but I don't know.
This woman is like, oh, they should, you know what? They should have, you know, you're right. Yeah, you just came from right here, so you probably listened to this part. Like, they should have a moral conundrum like in Civil War. You know, like, why would people want to see the Fantastic Four have a moral conundrum like in Civil War? Why would they want that? The divide? Why would they want that? They don't want to see them divide. Oh, and she, you know, remember, she also said earlier, and it was like, hey, because she compared like the Fantastic Four, like, you know, Fantastic Four from the 60s, 70s, like they never had issues, never had problems. Like, the family never had problems. It's more the later years where it became more of a dysfunctional, you know, family, like we have issues, problems, but it's still a loving family, you know, like a normal family would. She didn't want that. She apparently didn't want that in the movie because she's like, keep that non-fictional stuff out of this fictional movie. I'm like, if they didn't have that kind of stuff, if they didn't have problems, issues, in this movie would have sucked.
What is she even talking about that the Fantastic Four don't have problems? Has she read a Fantastic Four comic?
She said from the earlier Fantastic Four comics, she's like the Jack Kirby days. Then she
Yeah,
compared
they
it
still
to
had
the more
problems
recent.
too.
Yes, yeah. She compared it to the more recent Fantastic Four comics where they have problems, like a family would.
The Fantastic Four always had problems.
Yeah.
I don't know what she's on about.
She didn't want them, she wanted them all to be like a family that had no issues, no problems, You're a perfect family in this movie, it sounded like. Keep the stuff in real life stuff with families out of this fictional movie. I'm like, they did that. If we had an all perfect family in this movie, it would have sucked. Remember, a lot of people thought in the first trailer, that people thought them being a perfect family was all for show. Because people thought they would be like documented and stuff. But that wasn't the case. Remember? Like in public they seemed like but that wasn't the case. And why is she talking about the villains in her list? Why is she talking about the villains before the characters first? Why are the characters last? I don't know why that bothers me. It just doesn't make sense.
No clue.
Tony's parents. I couldn't believe that. I was as shocked as Tony that you weren't on his side. He was like,
oh, by the way,
how does this Trump
they had
card-
a more con jump, kind of, when it's starting to use Franklin as bait. Okay? There was okay.
of what Bucky did not win in the argument. And you were like, Bucky's so hot and he's so cute.
God of War news. Live series news. I'm gonna read it quick.
Wow.
Want to hear it?
Sure.
God of War news, guys. God of War just broke. New details on live action God of War series. Season 1 is 10 episodes. Scripts are still being written. We'll adapt the Norse era games, focus on Kratos and Atreus. Game director Corey Balrog is active and involved. Filming may begin in 2026, the earliest. That's good. They got the creator of it, at least, right? At least 10 episodes.
The creator of God? Who? Wait,
God of
who?
War. Corey Balrog.
I'm kind of. Oh, he's doing the series.
Yeah,
really?
Corey Balrog. He's active involved. The game director is actively involved. That's what it says.
Oh, interesting. I mean it depends on what they do, I guess, with it, but
yeah. Well, I'm glad more shows are getting the actual. I mean, this is Amazon, so they got the people involved with Fallout on Amazon, right? With Amazon, right?
Yeah. They just announced the Wolfenstein
and Amazon
show.
Yeah, they did. And Amazon has made a good Fallout show, really good Fallout show. Right, and their shows are actually pretty good. Like Amazon does make good live action shows.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah, damn. I think I fell off of Marvel Rivals.
Well, you're struggling to win.
No, I'm just like looking at the menu and
so
I'm
I
like,
guess the Fantastic Four are also very cute. But anyway,
just kind of bored.
I wish there had been some discussion of like, are you really going to sacrifice the entire planet Earth and over 8 billion people for this baby? Who, by the way, it doesn't even seem that Galactus wants to kill. We're going to talk about that.
He didn't want to kill the baby.
Galactus wants to kill.
What is she talking about?
He wanted the baby to take his place.
Yeah, well, he wanted to use he wanted to use the baby. I mean, they never really went in sort of depth or explanation with Galactus in this movie. There's no origin or whatever, which I assume is intentional. Because I think it would have taken away from the mystery and the character, right?
You could only assume this is not the first Galactus. Somebody else was Galactus before him. right? Like,
Well, yeah, I mean, well, I'm not
yeah,
sure about
we
that.
really don't know.
And
We
on
really
this
don't
movie.
know. Like, yes, there's a version where they did sacrifice to save Franklin. Yeah, but they need Franklin for Doomsday, so that was never gonna
Yeah,
happen.
why would they sacrifice Franklin? That would have just been messed up, to be honest. I don't think
Maybe,
anybody wanted to
maybe,
see that.
maybe if Kang was still the villain.
No, I mean, I don't know.
Look, this, I mean, if even Kang's still the villain, this movie still would have worked with Kang as a future villain because like Kang is related to the Fantastic Four, like biologically.
Yeah, it would have been nice to see Kang go up against the Fantastic Four, but that's not
That's not
happening,
what I
I
said. The
guess.
game, yes, there's a version where they sacrifice to save Franklin. They game this movie out like Doctor Strange and Endgame. Oh, you mean like no?
First, I want to
Like
ask
what?
you
You mean
one question.
Infinity
That I've seen
War?
a couple of other ones of you ask. Why
There
didn't
was
we
like
admit that
different endings
Galactus
of the
wanted
movie.
Franklin?
Vitamin water helps keep me hydrated. Encore after encore.
I'm sure there's always they always have.
I mean, I think the
right?
reason why they never went, like I said, I didn't necessarily mind them not explaining that because I'm sure people would have complained about, oh, it would have ruined the mystique of Galactus. Like that's something that you could explore in
Yeah.
another movie because I mean, this is the thing. People are saying Galactus is like an Avengers level threat and it should be a Avengers level movie, but it's like the Fantastic Four are the ones who first encounter Galactus, and
I mean,
they're the ones who they're
they did struggle against Galactus.
yeah. But the whole point of the Fantastic Four is that they're problem solvers. They're not the
Yeah, yeah,
Avengers, right?
no,
So I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
really understand that point. I mean. I don't know. I
yeah.
like a lot of the criticisms with the movie. I don't really agree with. I don't like people are like, "Oh, the movie should have had more stuff to it," and I'm like, "What exactly did the movie need?" Like the only thing that I could really say the movie needed, but I'm not even bothered by this, was they never really dived into the thing, which I'm sure was like again
They took things
kind of
out of the
like
thing.
picking their battles of like, well, do you want to go over again with the thing being like, oh, I don't want to be the thing anymore. Like, I'm sure you could do that some point down the road.
I
I
mean,
mean,
yeah,
maybe they might even do that in the Avengers movies because that was also a significant plot point in the original Secret Wars with the Thing, right? Where he stayed on Battleworld because he was a regular human. I don't know if they would do that, but I'm just saying there's like precedent for it, right?
they definitely cut out
Uh,
the thing. Lot of thing scenes.
yeah, but I mean, at the same time, I'm not like bothered by it so much. It's like they're a team, right? And they're working as a team.
Yeah, and
And you know, they didn't I mean like the movie had to divide its time between all four of them. And you could tell like there's not like a consistent arc. Like the person who has an arc I feel like maybe is like Reed because he was reluctant to even be a father and he was like, you
yeah,
know, I mean, yeah, like he doesn't even have all the answers to save the world, and yet he's supposed to be a father, right? Where it's like, how am I gonna tell my son about all of this stuff, right?
yeah,
And also like him worrying about whether his son will become like him, right? So I thought that was all fine. I mean, again, it's like it's a balancing act. It's the Fantastic Four.
Anthony Hayes sideways.
You can't really have a focus on one character over the other. You
Nope,
know,
nope.
like they kind of have to be on equal footing. So no, I don't have like I didn't really have an issue with the movie at all. Like that,
I
like
didn't
walking
either.
out of the movie, reading some of the comments, I was more surprised that people didn't like the movie. I feel like if this
Who
movie
from
came
who?
out like,
This is killing and
just
watching it.
from, I mean, just from like on Twitter, just reading stuff,
I
like
just,
I was just kind of surprised. Like
I just,
people really didn't like this movie. Like
I just don't like. I just don't like compared to Superman. But I know why they're doing it.
I
It's
don't
just,
really see any sort of comparisons to Superman. It's just that I prefer this movie over Superman. That's really
uh,
it.
I do too.
I don't
I
think
like.
Superman's a bad movie. I think Superman is a very good movie, but I prefer this movie.
I think this.
Like I'm gonna go see this movie again.
If I had, you know what, I think this. I'm sorry to digress you, but I do think this movie is a little better than Superman. I like the story better than Superman. I like Superman's story, but I like the more family aspect in this movie. And
Yeah, I mean there was also I think that whole sequence with the Silver Surfer was an
oh,
amazing sequence.
it's top. It's one of the best Marvel sequences out there for
Yeah,
the whole
for
from the
sure.
beginning, from phase one, phase one.
Yeah, I thought the movie was yeah, it was a well-directed movie that also it felt like the director like yeah, he's been
Harris,
talking this whole time about liking the Fantastic Four, and in my opinion, it does show that he does like the Fantastic Four. It's very clear in this movie because it's like first off, one of the things that he does that was extremely well in the movie, which I like the scene a lot, was when throughout the movie Johnny is trying to puzzle together the language of
oh
the Silver Surfer,
yeah,
and by the ending, they the rest of the group kind of dismiss him,
yeah,
right? But
because he's not the science guy. He's not the Reed Richards.
yeah,
Like yeah,
but yet he was still like smart enough to be like, okay, I'm gonna puzzle
you
together
know.
and like be curious, right?
One thing about Johnny Storm, I like him in this movie a lot. He's still playboy kind of, but he's more of a mature kind of. He's mature
Mm.
compared to Chris Evans's Johnny Storm.
Yeah, like he was a better Johnny Storm than Chris Evans for sure.
Yeah, yeah. He was
Like he still had that like a little bit of a immaturity aspect to him, but at the same time he wasn't like completely stupid.
no,
Like he was fairly intelligent. Maybe
and this
he's not obviously Reed Richards, but the group is supposed to be they have their own sort of fields in this uh well in the comics, right? Like
yeah,
the Thing is a pilot, right? And so, he's not like Reed Richards. Sue Storm is not Reed Richards either, right? But that's not the point. They're still smart in their own different ways because they come from different backgrounds and different fields. So
yeah.
I do like that the movie wasn't just like we're gonna play up a lot of like because like the original Fantastic Four movie felt like caricatures of the characters. Like they didn't feel like they felt like we're gonna hit all the like major characteristics and not explore them well enough.
No,
Like this one, it felt like they were genuinely like interesting characters, and I like the fact that like another thing too that this is what I'm saying. I feel like if this movie came out 5, 10 years ago, this would have been considered one of the best Marvel movies, and that's why I'm like blown away that people don't like the movie because I'm like, it has like pretty much it addresses almost majority of people's criticisms of Marvel movies, right? Like all the characters were distinct,
yeah,
right? That was always my problem, like especially around like phase three. All the characters started acting like quippy and sarcastic. Everybody was trying to be an Iron Man or a Spider Man, and you're like, that doesn't even make any sense. Like, why does everybody have this jokey personality? And another thing too, the movie was not actually heavy on any sort of like that Marvel humor that they stole from James Gunn that it doesn't work besides James Gunn stuff, right? That's another thing that I don't really like about Marvel. It's like James Gunn was the one who, did so much and made some of their best movies, and yet they just stole his blueprint. This movie did not feel like that at all.
no.
So that was another thing that I appreciated. It was like, okay, this is a person who's coming in and they're actually going to, they're going to take the material serious. Like there was no jokes about, oh my God, look at this giant fucking dude in the fucking sky and like wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Look how stupid this
No,
is. There's
no,
no
no.
jokes like that.
They don't make fun of the villain or anything like that.
No, no,
No.
everything was like earnest. It was like, we're going to
And
take this as serious as possible. And
and
that's what
they
I liked about the movie. It was
and
like,
they
oh,
and
okay.
yeah, they took the villain very seriously. They don't kind of like dismiss the villain.
No, yeah, they don't dismiss the villain. They treat it as a threat, and yeah, and uh,
like
people are genuinely concerned because it's like, well, what the hell are we supposed to do against this thing, right? Like they go in the ship, and you're like,
like
holy shit.
look at Ant-Man for example. I know he defeated Kang, but afterwards he's like, yeah, nothing to worry about when Kang warns them. Nothing to worry
Hmm.
about. Even though technically that's true now because they moved off from Kang, but back then
Right.
that was stupid.
Yeah, I mean Kang. I mean, I would have liked to see Matt Shankman do something with Kang for sure. I don't know if they could still do something because like yeah, we need more directors like this where it's like they're comfortable with just like we're gonna make the movie that I want to make that resembles the source material and what I like about the characters, instead of it just being like, okay, we need to like make a copy paste kind of movie. You know, like that's
Snyder
Marvel's biggest
Blueprint.
problem.
This is nothing like the Snyder
Yeah, no,
Blueprint.
and there's the Snyder. That's dumb as fuck. That's dumb as fuck. Snyder Blueprint shit.
What the hell? They're just saying that because they wanted to do. I think it's still going to do better for this Superman, but they're just saying that because of that. But I really the Snyder fans. Red, you didn't even see the movie, so you don't know what we're talking about. Why would I invite you? Like, what points would he
Bruh.
give? What would he give? Right, blinded like.
Hmm.
And it's like, but the thing about Snyder fans, man, just sidetrack it for a little bit.
Mm.
Oh my God, you guys need to be mental institutional right now.
Yeah. I
That's
mean, you
that's.
left it. No, I didn't. What the hell?
I know you're trying to troll me, man. Skywalker Jedi. He actually really does. I think he really does need to be in the hospital.
Yeah, well, he went to Comic-Con and try to like. Well, by the way, all of this is alleged, right? Like this is coming out of his mouth, right? Like there's
Yeah.
no footage of him doing this. Yeah, so I would be like, because I was like, oh, did he actually do this like legit? And then I looked at his channel, it's just him talking about it, and I'm like, now I wonder if because this guy is a bullshitter, right? Like he wants to seem like, oh yeah, I'm fucking big and bad. Like, yeah, I'm sure
No,
you
you
wanted to
getting
get
roasted.
kicked out. You wanted to get kicked out at San Diego Comic-Con. You spent all this money to go to San Diego
First
Comic-Con
of
and
all,
get embarrassed. Like, what kind of like
yeah,
what? That doesn't even make any
he
sense
wants
to
to
me.
cause a scene and all of that. Yeah. I mean, if he
Like,
tried to
yeah,
do,
you wanna catch like what a record or something. Like, who knows what? Like, well, what are you trying to do
this,
exactly?
I mean, this is not. I mean, he's been doing stunts like this for some time. He's done with other stunts like this with the Zack Snyder charity. And
Hmm.
what's crazy? Remember the story of him going in the bathroom, just spy in the bathroom. Two guys
Yeah,
spy.
I did see that again on Twitter. Yeah, I didn't actually know about that, so I was a little bit surprised.
This guy needs help real bad. He needs
Yeah, he
institutional
is.
help.
I mean, like, I don't know why people again are associating with him. Like, this
It's
guy
just
seems like he's off the fringe, bro. Like, definitely needs some psychological help. And I mean, this whole thing about Superman and like, I don't know, like, when the fuck are you gonna move on? Like, it's not, you know what I mean? Like, they've moved on.
this is
The
the
movie
problem.
is going to make more than Man of Steel at this rate.
This is it is.
Getting him very
You mean
sad.
Man of Steel? Are you talking about Superman or making more Man of Steel? Or are you talking about this?
Yeah,
Or you meant?
Superman is definitely going to make more than Man of Steel.
Oh yeah.
Like it's already
This
at
is
500. It's going to keep going for the rest of the summer, so it's
yeah.
definitely going to pass Man of Steel.
Sideways. This is what they're saying because Galactus was grabbing dirt and sniffing it. He was just trying to
Bruh.
feel Earth. That's it. That's embarrassing. They just
Oh man, comparing it to oh brother. Which by the way, I mean, isn't it, I mean they're comparing that, right? But it's stupid to compare that. I mean, they're made by the same person.
yeah.
The characters Darkseid was created by Jack Kirby, Galactus is created
Black.
by Jack Kirby. What the
They
fuck
don't
you
know that. They don't know that. We
like
call
this is the most stupidest thing ever. Like
we know
what
they're
is there
not
to argue
really
about?
they're not comic book fans. You know that.
Yeah, I know, but it's like a lot of people I think this movie to me was like more eye-opening on Twitter because I'm like damn, like people are going hard at this fucking movie like so fucking hard where you would think like this was like one of the worst Marvel movies, honestly. Like they're saying like the original Fantastic Four was better
Oh my god.
and I'm like if this movie came out a decade ago, I'm telling you this would have been considered one of the best Marvel movies ever, period. Like there would have been no discussion about it. But because we've seen so much from Marvel, and I think people are just, I do think, I still think that there is some kind of superhero fatigue.
And
There's something out there where it's like, yeah, I don't think people are like as enthusiastic.
she
You know
liked
what I
it.
mean?
She liked it, but she didn't love it.
No, yeah, I didn't even watch any of her videos. I didn't really care to see
But
what she had to say.
But the thing is, I think Marvel's back on the right track though, because besides Captain
Mm,
America, the three, in my opinion, I think you might agree, because the three of the last projects they have, Ironheart, this, and Thunderbolts, were all well liked. Even though Ironheart's a
yeah,
TV show, they were all well liked. There's three in a row, and so if they get back to consistency, that's a positive for them. Now, Wonder Man's next up. I don't count Eyes of Wakanda as that because it's animation. Wonder
yeah,
Man's next, right?
yeah. Wonder Man is next for
And
their
Daredevil.
live action TV shows, and then
The problem,
Daredevil.
problem with Daredevil is I liked it. I know you loved it. It's the viewership wasn't good for season one.
Yeah, I mean, which would be a shame if like then it just goes nowhere. Because then it's like, what was the point of everybody hyping up a Daredevil, and then we get a Daredevil and it's good, and yet
Nobody
like you
watched
see
it.
all these
Yeah,
like yeah, like again, like that's another show where there's all these like weird takes where you're like, maybe it really is people are fan of this stuff, but they're so burnt out and they think that it's like low quality. Because I'm like, if this was if this was 10 years ago, like, well, what the hell? Like this would be considered all peak comic book stuff. But now it's like we're comparing it to like shit from 20 years ago that people back then considered it being bad and we needed to do better. I don't know. I
you know
really don't
what?
know what's going on with people, but it's
The one
insane.
comparison you could make is Kevin Feige was the executive producer on those two Fantastic Four movies.
Yeah, but like what actual input does he had on those
Yeah,
movies?
exactly. I mean,
I don't think that's a fair comparison at
I
all.
liked
Like,
it. I liked the 2004, 2005 version movie, whenever it came out, a year it came out. I did like that. I thought it was well done.
yeah,
Like I think it
I
wasn't
mean
great.
as a nostalgic, like yeah, I
Yeah,
watched it as a kid and I liked it. But it's like when people complain about those movies not being true to the Fantastic Four, like they were still, like I said, caricatures. Like
I
they weren't the complete full Fantastic Four. It was almost like they were a little bit embarrassed, and they still went with it anyway. But it still wasn't. I don't know. It
yeah.
wasn't. It wasn't like the Sam Raimi movies. Am I cutting out,
Right.
by the way?
No, you're not. You're fine. You're not
Okay.
cutting out. Hey,
Because
I'll
my
take that
thing
over
keeps
Fan
like,
Four Stick. Fan Four Stick went in a total different direction with
yeah,
Fantastic
fans.
Four.
Yeah, like now, I seen like takes on Twitter. Like one person said, "Oh, it's bad when the Galactus cloud was better." And you're
What
like,
the fuck?
what? What? I don't know what. Like,
You
are
didn't
we
watch the
for
movie.
real? No, they did watch the movie. They're like have like a whole like goddamn essay on Twitter, and you're like, what? Like, bruh, like I don't know. I like people are like like seriously. It's like okay, and then they point out things like the VFX, right? And it's like
The
there's
VFX are
been a
amazing in
lot
the
of
show.
good Marvel movies with bad VFX as well.
This one
And
had
now
this
it's
one
like,
this one had great VFX. The effects in the
yeah,
CGI
but
was great.
they're gonna go back and look at the ending of the movie and be like, oh yeah, that one moment where you see Franklin in Galactus's hands, and you're like, that's what we're gonna. I mean, really? There's like there's tons and tons of examples of weird or wonky looking CGI in Marvel movies.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, to be honest, was the better looking of the VFX. That was another thing too that was
A lot,
surprising.
a lot of them was like in this. It's just in the Phase 4, Phase 5 because the pandemic really affected the VFX. You could tell, like the early on
Yeah.
movies, like how
No,
bad
I
it is.
don't know. All the things that I see people are saying, I'm like, I don't see it. I don't really even understand it. Sometimes I can understand where people are coming from, but this is one of those times where I really don't understand. Like What was so bad or wrong about the movie? I couldn't tell you.
I don't. I couldn't. I didn't find many things wrong with the movie.
No, I really couldn't
Couldn't
find
have
anything a lot
cried.
wrong with the movie.
Like I like Thunderbolts a lot. I know you do. I felt there was more
Hmm.
issues with Thunderbolts in this movie.
Hmm.
That information out of me. I would have been like, Galactus, he can't be bargained with. I don't want to talk about it. Let's go fix this problem. Right?
Yeah, like a superhero says that. So yeah, I don't want. You know what was cool? Yeah, yeah.
I mean, Sue's the transparent one. I'm not telling you what happened up there. Or I'd say he wants everyone's firstborn child. How would you like it? You wouldn't, right? So we're not going all Rumpelstiltskin on this.
Yeah. What the fuck? She wants Reed Richards to be an asshole. Like Reed Richards seems composed here. Like, I mean, oh my god.
But, some of you pointed out and said, hey, Reed might be on the spectrum, like, say, Sheldon Cooper, which I think would actually.
Not every genius is on the spectrum.
No, I guess people make that assumption though because of like the way that Reed Richards sometimes he can be like. I guess for
Yes.
the rest of them, they feel like he is not very considerate of their feelings.
But he
And
does notice the
sometimes,
feelings, though.
yeah, but sometimes he doesn't. Like sometimes
Yeah.
sometimes he's not like fully aware. And I mean, that's one of the things with him and Sue is that like he doesn't really give her a lot of attention, and so she always feels neglected in a lot of ways, right?
Yeah, he's. That's where he's different from Batman, because Batman could be like that, but Batman knows how somebody feels. He just, he's just like, yeah, because Bruce Wayne's like, he's kind of like that too. Just Bruce is like, he notices it though. He may not say it, but he
Mhm.
notices it. He notices it.
Mhm.
I don't know, but but yeah, I mean, Reed Richards is so into his own mind because he even explains it. He said it in his movie. Didn't he say he thinks there's something wrong with him, with his mind at times?
Yeah,
When
yeah, he does say that. He does tell Franklin that he doesn't
But
wish to be like him, and which
but
by the way, Franklin is not really like Reed Richards
but the
too.
difference between him and Sheldon is, yeah, we were just kind of maybe think like that, but he does notice it. So I think that needs to be
Mhm.
told. Sheldon's like, yeah, like Sheldon's a little different in that aspect. Like Sheldon, I think Sheldon has Asperger's. I'm not sure.
Really fill in a lot of the blanks that I have, questions I have about the character choices that were made here. And, interestingly, I like the idea of someone on the spectrum being the hero of a story. I liked that The Last of Us seemed like they were going to do that until they just ruined season 2. But that was
What?
So Ellie's on the spectrum. By the way, I'm eating, so I apologize.
So she's on the spectrum in the game too? I didn't notice that.
No, she's not. No, she's not. She's just saying that because of
The actress?
the actress.
Oh.
And there's a reason why people say like these characters are like coded because it's like they're not on the spectrum. Reed Richards is not on the spectrum.
No.
road I was hopeful to go down with that show. Also, of course, featuring Pedro Pascal. Well, not anymore, but I wish this movie had explored that. I wish Sue had been like, you know how you are, Reed, or like.
No. I think the thing with Reed is it's from his childhood. He's just very, very smart. And probably
Yeah, I mean, like, in the Ultimates universe, it's different because it was like his dad was abusive and wasn't like very considerate. But yeah,
the thing is,
they didn't obviously talk about that in this movie.
they didn't even see the thing is they didn't even really give us background information about Reed in this movie. They did with Ben Grimm, obviously with the montage at the beginning, how he became Ben Grimm and the Jewish Brooklyn neighborhood. Sue Storm mentioned about the parents' car crash and only the father survived, but Reed Richards, we really got nothing.
No, they didn't really talk about Reed.
Yeah.
Like, you know what you're dealing with, like just something. I would have liked to have acknowledged it a little bit more. And then again, moments like that would have made more
Dr.
sense
Maz.
where they were like, "What Galactus say?" And you know, again, apparently the Future Foundation.
Man, she should never do press conferences.
Who? Grace?
Grace Randolph.
For sure.
The Fantastic Four feels they're above a publicist. Not after this movie. They should hire one. All right, so back to that chase sequence. See, so no matter how hard they try, the Fantastic Four.
Did she just skip over the fact that the movie?
She's gone full.
Sorry, hold on.
Go ahead.
They had a publicist in the movie. Did she not?
Yeah, they
realize
did.
that?
They did.
Who's the black lady?
Yeah, they had a publicist. I mean, the publicist was to set up the press conference there with all those reporters. Yeah. They're celebrities. You know, Grace, they're celebrities. Celebrities, famous people have publicists. If I'm
but
if I'm famous, I'll
it's
have
funny as
publicists.
she says that, but it's like that was actually in the movie.
Yeah, they had a publicist manager, whatever you want to call her. They had that. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh my god. I don't think she realized that. She completely ignored that.
She's in that wormhole, right? She's riding
Why
the way.
is there a turtle there? Why's the turtle there? What the hell's the turtle doing there?
She's surfing across the cosmos, looking fierce and amazing. She looks so great. So thanks to Ben's excellent flying skills and Sue's ability to turn the ship invisible, one of you wrote that, why couldn't Reed just build a cloaking device? I mean, Sue's in the middle of trying to have a baby here, man. She's got to do the work of a cloaking
God. Cloaking device.
device, but they do
Because you know what? Because she was able to make the ship a cloaking device. That's the idea. That's the point. Sue can make things turn invisible, right? She can make anything, not just herself, right? She can make other things turn invisible, right? She did it with Reed Richards. Remember her on that date? Well, not really a date. It wasn't really a date. Reed Richards went to reconcile her, and when she was upset with him, remember with Johnny and right? Blinded, she could make other things invisible, right? If she touches it, right? Touches things, right? Blinded, still there? Uh-oh.
Yes, I'm eating. Sorry, yes. I'm almost done.
So like I said, like Sue Storm can make other things. She can make other things invisible, right? That's why she can make. That's why she was there to make. She made the ship invisible. She had the powers to make things invisible. Why do you need to? That's the idea. That's the point. You think?
But also, too, the ship was supposed to be designed for exploration. It wasn't designed for. I mean, they did have. Actually, take that back. They did have the combat things because they started firing at her, right?
I mean, I would
so
expect. That would be smart because you never know what you might run into in outer space, right? But she's able to make things turn invisible. I mean, that's what. Like, seriously, think, Grace. Grace, think. Thank you, Sideways. Because it's giant turtle.
But did it even really matter though if they had a cloaking device or not? Because the Silver Surfer would just go right in anyway. I mean, obviously she wouldn't initially see them, but
that's a good question.
I don't know.
Gets the Silver Surfer caught in a black hole that will take a month for her to break free from. I can see the writing, the script work there. They're like, we need a break to regroup the characters, so let's stick her in a black hole for a month. The visuals.
Black hole in the month. It's funny.
Yeah, but that's also like there's a lot of Fantastic Four stories where they have to rely on people getting trapped in a time dilation. That's not like. I mean, like I feel like it's more of a trope. I didn't really mind that. I was like, okay.
I'm blind. I wonder if she misses the time jump here because it's been revealed once they leave for Galactus to confront Galactus and come back. It's been a month since they left Earth.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, for their the people on Earth because of because they're supposed to be in. Doing hyperspace, right? Like they're going at the speed of light, trying to catch Galactus.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess, like, someone pointed out, like, it was funny where it was like, yeah, if they came back like all those, it should have been like 50 years into the future. That would have been funny and interesting in the movie if they did do something like that. They came back and like
It'll be like,
everything was like modern day, and they were like, "Wait,
who's
Galactus is
this
still
Captain
coming."
America guy?
Now that if the movie did that, that would have been an interesting spin. That would have taken the movie to another level.
It'd be like,
You know what I
wait,
mean?
wait, it's not Earth 6838 anymore. No, it's Thursday 616 now. He's the Captain American Avengers.
Or like a variant of 616. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would have been interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like they wanted to keep the 60s aesthetic, right?
Yeah,
So
I mean,
like,
it's a great aesthetic, man. It's a great aesthetic. It did look like, you know what? It did look like Jetsons a little bit, but it's a great
Yeah.
aesthetic.
On this entire sequence, though, are just absolutely fantastic.
Versus the
yeah,
T-1000.
it's hard to really argue against this sequence. The sequence was from the beginning, right when they go into space,
Shut up, Red.
when they're in the ship of Galactus. That was all amazing, in my opinion. Like that was
I'm.
definitely worth watching again on a big screen.
I hope John Watts.
It might have been.
Really, I'm
I'm glad we didn't get John Watts. That would have been trash.
I just want to know what villain he had and what the villain had in mind.
Loved him. And I saw some people say that they didn't think that Silver Surfer looked as good as the T-1000, which I find ironic because as I watched
No,
the
that's
character in this
crazy.
movie, I said, I haven't seen anyone look this good as a silvery being except since the T-1000. And you might say, oh, well, that was like 1990s visual effects. Wouldn't
Well,
this
the
movie-
thing is, like, this is another thing too. I really like. You notice how like people like to harp on these visual effects and like what is bad and what you know what I mean? Like there was like, oh, it looks
Yeah.
bad, but it's like they can never really go in depth and explain why it's bad. And sometimes they call good CGI bad, which is another thing too. It's like it's almost like this trend where people are just calling everything AI art now, and you're like, but it's not. Like just because like you think
might
it
get
is, doesn't mean it is. Like
We might
you know what I
get to-
mean? Like.
We might get to a point like AI is a little bit starting to confuse people.
Like some people I think are like too on their high horses and feel like they can,
Yeah.
you know, like there is some maybe like weird composing where it feels like, yeah, the characters is not there, and that maybe is like a hookup for some people. But like the stuff that people were like, again, like people were looking at the Silver Surfer and saying that this was bad in comparison to the 2007 movie, and you're like, what? Like, I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, seriously, like, what, in what way is the 2007 more visually impressive compared to this VFX? Like,
It's not.
I really don't understand that. That's why I tend to ignore when people say like, oh, the visual effects is bad or it's this and that, and then you're like, not really. Like, did anybody mention the fact that how good the VFX of Reed Richards' stretching powers was? Like,
It's
to the point
amazing.
where, like, you basically could see how his muscles were contracting and stretching. And it was like, well, that's a detail that it was not in any of the other movies, and that's probably why it looks so cartoonish. Because it just looks like he's just extending his arm, and you're like, where's the anatomy, right? With the animation. So it's like, again, it's like some people are like, what are they talking about?
Can he actually be whipped up half?
I mean, there's like times where they have like stretched him like to the absolute limits, right? I do wonder if they'll do some of the more weird shit that they do in the comics with Reed. Maybe that's like too cartoony, where he would like stretch out his eyes and then he would like make it into a magnifying glass, or like, you know, like he would stretch out his fingers where then the fingers turn into other fingers and then he could type shit. There's a lot of weird shit that he does. But yeah, I mean, the movie was trying to play it pretty simple with his powers. Like, it was just like, let's just make it feel realistic or feel grounded. Like, they didn't really do anything too crazy with his stretching powers. Yeah, well, Plastic Man does a lot
shouldn't have
more
progressed
crazy
more.
shit
I
for
mean, I don't
sure.
know, the reflection that you could see
Yeah,
in
but
the face sometimes.
Plastic
I just
Man is
thought
more
it
of a comedic character, so he's gonna obviously do a lot more crazy,
Yeah.
crazy shit, right?
Yeah, for sure.
was great.
For sure.
But I think that it wasn't a VFX question. It was this just mesmerizing, unstoppable force. The T-1000 just kept coming.
Mhm.
And I felt that they captured
I
that
like how she
same,
calls it the T-1000.
again, threat with the Silver Surfer. I really thought it was good. I think it's a compliment to say I think she's on par with what Jimmy C did in T2.
Yeah,
If
the
your movie can
VFX
be
was
compared to
good.
T2, and I think
I,
favorably.
d-
Yeah,
out of
I mean,
all
yeah.
the Marvel movies that we've
Terminator
gotten,
VFX back then.
sorry, I'm talking too much.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna
I
say,
mean, the VFX for Terminator were good for that time period. But yeah, go
yes,
ahead.
yeah, I was gonna say, but this is like the best Marvel has been at VFX in a very long time.
Yes, it has.
Like
I
it did
agree.
not look like a Marvel movie. It looked like something, from another studio. You know what I mean? Like it was like, oh wow, this is very impressive, especially when they got to that black hole sequence and she's like riding the dust of it, and you're like, wow,
Yeah.
this looks incredible. Yeah.
You're in a good place. So Galactus also looks amazing. I love the
Yeah, he
stars and
does.
his costume.
I
It's
can't believe
sparkling
they
like he's in a
actually.
nighttime
I can't
Disney
believe they
parade.
actually had like a Galactus mocap
Costume.
thing.
Yeah, they had the
You see
a
the
real
Galactus
costume.
suit, the guy that wear the costume looks really, it looks really, really ridiculous if you ask me.
Right.
Looks
Yeah, but in the
looks
movie
cheesy
though,
as
like
fuck as the costume show.
when you first see him in the movie, it
Oh,
was like straight out of
behind the cloud,
that. Yeah, with the smoke and his eyes
smoke.
glowing, that
Oh,
looked amazing. That looked,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like that was like incredible
yeah,
work. Um,
yeah, yeah.
they made it feel like, yeah, he was this, what, like when they stepped in his ship too, I was like, you know, because like when you look at Jack Kirby's art and how he like does the ship and the machinery, it's more colorful. This
Yep.
one was more like silver and stuff and like metallic, but it kind of reminded me of like H.R. Geiger a little bit, right? Where it's
It was a
like,
little more
and then they get to
intimidating.
the, then when you get to the ending, you see this fucking giant man and strapped up and shit talking to them, and it was like, I like that stuff. It was like, yeah, that felt like very much in line with what you would expect from Jack Kirby's art, right? With Fantastic Four and when he was drawing that Galactus trilogy story that he did. So that was like the most impressive part of the movie, in my opinion. Like even when they were standing there, it looks like that cover of Galactus shooting at the Fantastic Four. If you know the cover, it's a famous cover, but it looks amazing. So in the movie, it looks stunning.
I don't think Plastic Man's gonna ever outdraw the MCU, man. No.
Plastic Man could be a very good movie.
Also, the way his eyes light up. Oh, it was
Yeah.
Yeah, but
attempts. I felt they really finally got a celestial being right. Like beforehand, I was like, these are
Well, this is the thing in the
stupid.
movie.
I
They
mean,
didn't
they're
say he
too
was a
grand of an
celestial.
idea. Like
So
I don't think the Watcher's a Celestial though.
no, he's not. Um. Yeah. So and what that character there on the left is not a celestial. That's an entity.
That's Eternity, right? Is that the name?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's like
The only,
like there's different entities in Marvel that represent like
yeah, there's Celestials.
certain.
And,
Yeah.
yeah. Entity is more like a being beyond Celestial, isn't it?
I'm not sure if they're being beyond, but they might be.
Because they
Might
can
be
grant
pretty
wishes and
close.
stuff.
Yeah.
The only thing that's a Celestial besides Galactus is the thing on the bottom. What's it called?
Yeah.
Arnir. It's a
Starts with the
judgment.
A. I don't remember.
It's judgment, right? Like it decides judgment.
Yeah, the Celestials are the creator of,
Yeah.
well, they're kind of like the creators, I guess. Now, I don't want to, because there's a god. There is a god in Marvel, which is the one above all, which is the person who is the complete creator of the multiverse and the universe, and you know what I mean, like, but they're like a step below that, I guess.
Yeah.
like much step below. Yeah, there's different like layers of entities and like who is like a higher power, right? Because yeah, I mean they do in the Marvel movies they do talk about that. I think Thor even says that I'm just like a lowercase g god.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, he's a
I'm not the god.
no. He's not even well. Technically, he's not even a god where he's from. He's not considered a god where he's from. Just Earth considers him a god because of the
Yeah.
myths.
Well,
Where from.
he's a lowercase god for sure. Like he's not as powerful as some of these beings,
No.
but he is very powerful, obviously. So,
Yeah, that's true.
which by the
Welcome to
way, that's
Cosmic
another thing
Cage, but
too.
not in
That
live
thinking about this movie, because I saw people. This is a side note. People were saying, "What should Matt Scheikman do?" And people were like, "Oh, he should do a Hulk movie." I think he should do a Thor movie. To be honest, I think a Thor movie after this that is more leaning toward
I,
like cosmic stuff. I think we desperately need
my
that, and I'm not talking about Thor
my
Ragnarok.
hot
You know what I
take
mean?
is, wow, it's not a hot take. He's doing a sequel to this movie.
I think he's gonna do the sequel, but what I want him to do is a Silver Surfer movie. I think he should make that first.
And have Norris Rad introduced.
Yeah. Do
Action.
Silver Surfer first.
Here I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that is a cosmic entity. He is made out of the stuff of the cosmos. It's not just Kurt Russell with a mischievous smile. I really liked it. I just thought it was great. And then I even enjoyed
little bit
round
different,
2
though, but-
with Galactus.
Yeah, I liked when he came
rocket
off of
equation.
his
It's a beautiful
chair
thing.
in the sky.
No astronaut
Yeah.
launches for space with their fingers crossed.
Yeah, I don't know what she's talking about sideways.
Okay.
Should have left it on the cutting room floor. I didn't. And also, it bothers me when all aliens are humanoid. I'm like, what are the odds? And they're like, look, how are she and Johnny going to hook up potentially if she doesn't look kind of human? I'm like, I don't know. I've
I
seen
don't
other.
know. Maybe when she's not the Silver Surfer, maybe she reverts back to her humanoid humanoid
No,
form. I don't know.
no.
I don't think they're gonna hook up.
She's a herald of
That's the thing. I don't think
Galactus. Like you can become a herald of Galactus. Like anybody could become a herald, right?
That's
And
true.
then, but
I don't
the
think- I
Silver
don't think-
Surfer has stayed the same, and he's not always been a herald of Galactus. Thor has been a herald
That's
of
true. That's
Galactus. Tons of characters have been
Silver Surfer
a
does
herald
break-
of Galactus.
Silver Surfer does break free away from Galactus' from the oath they made to Galactus. That's true.
Hmm.
That's true.
Yeah, and they didn't
So,
really
you know,
explore.
By the way, Invincible, which is inspiring everything right now.
Mm-hmm. Oh. All right. Okay. I like the Fantastic Four story better than the Superman story.
Yeah,
I like it better too.
Yeah, I agree.
James Gunn certainly borrowed.
I think Superman was close though.
Heavily from it.
was
They
very
dealt with that.
close, but I think it kind of was. I think it has such an interesting idea about Superman, and I feel like the movie just like it didn't really explore it. Like this movie was exploring their relationship and having a son and now like the world is on the fate of the world rests on their shoulders and they're having
On
a
their
kid and they're like, well,
Yeah.
you
The
know,
kid.
like the world can end at any moment and how is it supposed to work out? And like, yeah, like I don't know. I thought the ideas in this movie were more, more. I don't know. I don't want to say relatable, but like it. I don't know. That's how it felt to me at least. It was like I see more of the threads of the themes here
They
working
both-
together.
They both did a good job on the struggle of the characters in movies with Fantastic
Yeah.
Four and Superman. Both did a good job on that.
Yeah.
But anyway, so was like, why is he going himself? He should send Silver Surfer to go retrieve that baby, or use the ship's tractor beam, which pulled in the FF's ship earlier in the movie. I mean, it
Because
was
the Silver Surfer ran away somewhere, man. You think the Silver Surfer ran back to Galactus' ship after Johnny, made her feel guilty, well, for good reasons, right? To do what's right, to redeem herself, right? To give her
Right.
a chance to right? You think she's gonna go back to Galactus' ship, Grace? After that?
No, yeah.
Come on, think, Grace. Think. It's obvious, right, Blinded?
Hmm.
Do you know?
an
Yeah.
obvious trap, but I guess he didn't take it seriously. I loved when he
No,
realized
no, because he didn't. Here's the thing, Grace. I know you watched the movie. Here's the thing: when he walked into the Times Square where the baby was placed, and they stood the old switcheroo, right? They switcheroo with the baby, right, in the little ball thing. He first of all, he's smart. Gladys is intelligent. He's not stupid. He may look big. There's an impression out there that really, really big people are dumb, right? Blind, like it's a stereotype, right? At times, he may look big, but he made sure that's the actual baby, so he scanned it. Just so you know, the check, right? So it was smart. It was really smart to check. Be cautious. It was smart on his part. Okay.
was a decoy baby carrier, right?
Yeah.
And he saw that the real Franklin was over in the Baxter building. He said, "Clever bugs." It was not only a great line, but it was delivered so well by Ralph Ineson.
Yeah.
Ralph Ineson
He was
has
good.
just under what,
Yeah,
10 minutes
for
of screen time?
The thing, he didn't say a lot. He didn't say a lot in this film, obviously, but the tone of Galactus was very, really intimidating. Like it was
Yeah. This guy nailed it. This guy is like 100% Galactus. Like you can't even when he was cast, it was like, yeah, I knew he was gonna do a good job because it's like it's hard to beat this guy. I mean, he is a voice actor too, right? Um, so yeah, I mean, he nailed it for sure.
it's
And
just
he seems like he was a fan too. He's a fan of the character, which also helped. For sure.
I hope so. I hope they take it seriously, man. I mean, I hope if you're a fan of characters that you're playing, if you know about them, or at least there's some work. I appreciate that. There's some that just do it for the paycheck.
Yeah, he did say he's a fan, so
Yeah.
A handful of lines. But wow, did he do a good job? When they first cast him, and you guys were all excited, some of you, and they were like, he's going to be
The only big star in this film that was completely cut out most of the time was Natasha Lyonne. They got her for really nothing.
yeah, she was not.
She was definitely.
I did hear some people. I did see some interesting reasons of why she wasn't Alyssa Masters. Because I mean, you look at her in the movie and you're like, besides the fact that she's not blind, you're like, she looks like Alyssa Masters. So I was like, but here's the thing, right? Because this is something that you're talking about the Thing, right? Well, when Galactus and showed up, right, and Silver Surfer came to Earth, he actually did have a love affair with Lisa, or not a love affair, because I don't think the Thing was even with Alyssa Masters. But
they never mentioned her in the show.
No, I'm talking about in the comics. This is in the comics. In the comics, Silver Surfer had a thing with Alyssa Masters, and
yeah,
maybe the thing was with her because he does get jealous and he kind of gets upset by it, and yeah, there's a whole subplot about it. So yeah, that could have been in the movie if they included that character, right? I mean, they could have done a little bit more with the Silver Surfer, but the thing is, the Silver Surfer is a woman here, not a man.
Thank you, Sideways. Thank you for those pictures in the chat.
What was that?
And
he posted something in our chat. I didn't see.
Because Blind, very well. I always have this amazing talent. Every time I stop on a video, it's on the craziest pause frames, right? This is how this. I have this talent where when I pause on the video, the frame is some crazy frame, right? Look at right now, her mouth is kind of open. Look at that. That's amazing talent. I don't know what it is. I don't know what we call it. I just have a big. Is perfect timing a skill?
I guess, yeah.
And give this guy all his flowers that he deserves. Like he just
I like
had
how
such
it's-
great.
By
She
the
calls
way,
it as a
everybody in the
trap
movie
because-
did a good job in terms of acting.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. I like how she calls it. It's a trap. She stole that from Star Wars, obviously, but it's
It's
clever.
a trap.
Moments like when he got up to Earth and he looked back at the Statue of Liberty with kind of
He
like a
should have
condescending smirk.
destroyed Statue of Liberty. He'd be like, get out of here. Should have destroyed it, but he just walked past it, right?
It was just a look, and I not only loved the moment, but it made me chuckle. I was like,
did you pass? Did you pass your condo, Grace? Did you look out? Did you
But she
pass?
finally at least understands what people like about the character. The character is this ancient being coming to destroy all these planets, and it's just like, can you imagine if that happened in real life? That shit would be terrifying. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
To
I'm
see a
like-
fucking face in the sky like that, this shit is fucking creepy as hell.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, man.
hasn't felt that way sometimes. I mean, it was great. It was great.
It was great.
Really, I think that Ralph Ineson and Julia Garner, they do the best work in the movie.
Yeah, they do. They do.
I don't know if it's the best work. I mean,
Their work.
I mean,
the most.
I mean,
think
these
that's-
they are very good actors. They've been in other things that have been very good, but
that's
they,
true.
you know, like this may be a hot take, but I don't necessarily mind if they keep this Silver Surfer. I don't necessarily mind. Like, obviously, I like Norn Rad. I think it would be weird if you didn't acknowledge him, but like you could still do Silver Surfer with this character.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Obviously, the romance plots would be a little bit different, but besides that, I mean, yeah, the character could still work, but it would have to be under Matt Shankman. I wouldn't
I
trust
mean,
anybody else with it.
I look. Elvis is a good actor, and his voice is intimidating, but you can't really say he's the best. I mean, like, he made Galactus intimidating, but he didn't really act. You know, like, I guess all he did was like walk and stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
So let's talk about Reed's plan. The Fantastic Four refused to give Galactus Franklin, who Galactus says has the
wait.
powers.
It sounded like she called Galactus as Franklin. Galactus' last name was Franklin. It sounded like that. Wait. Did she call? I'm sorry.
Let's talk about Reed's plan. The Fantastic Four refused to give Galactus Franklin.
Yeah, he refused to give Galactus Franklin. It sounded so weird, like how she said, because
Yeah,
it sounds
that
like
sounds
Franklin's
weird.
Galactus' last name.
Who Galactus says has the powers needed to take Galactus's place, to free Galactus from the curse that is his celestial hunger.
The curse?
Mhm.
Was he cursed?
Yeah, she is.
By the way,
she
you know,
is
I think
cursed.
they were like, "What is?"
So, yeah, we don't get a story on that. Like we mentioned this earlier, we don't get a story on who cursed them to this
Yeah.
being, this eater of worlds being, celestial.
Fantastic Four went to negotiate with Galactus. They said, "What does Galactus need, and or want? What does he want?" And the Silver Surfer says, "I think he needs." And I was like, "He hungers. How do you miss the line? It's right there. His whole thing." You know, he actually, I think I heard like in some earlier edits, like you actually saw him eating, like through the, like the.
Like, oh, they're like
The
eating
vampires and
planet, or,
daywalkers
like, eating
hate each
stuff.
other.
Isn't this awesome?
But you actually.
Actually, it would kind of look cheesy if you ask me. Him actually eating a planet, I think that would look cheesy.
They would have to make it really like horrific looking.
Yeah, yeah. That's a chance it could like backfire big time. Big time.
He saw through his feeding tubes, which I, for some reason, are in his back, digesting a planet through that way, which was cool. But here, he actually never ate a planet. I'm like, I haven't seen you eat anything, Galactus. He's like, I eat in private. Thank you very much. Leave me alone. So in the comics, Franklin actually does end up freeing Galactus from his hunger, but by rehabilitating him. And Galactus and Franklin have interacted many different times in many different multiverses in the
Yeah,
comics.
but this is a kid.
And sometimes
This is a kid. What's a kid gonna do?
Galactus is even Franklin's
Baby.
mentor. So, maybe the Fantastic Four and Galactus.
Oh man, even Galactus gets reformed in the comics.
Yeah, he does.
What the fuck? So if Galactus gets reformed in the comics, what does he eat to survive then?
Well, no, he doesn't need to eat.
Yeah.
Should have talked this out a bit more. It might even have been beneficial for someone with Franklin's powers to have a relationship with someone like Galactus. I'd be like, think of it like daycare, right? Celestial
Daycare with a
but they don't talk about it. Oh, so like how many of the world's problems would be solved?
Yeah, that's what's good too. All the surviving childs of the planets that he destroys, Galactus will open up a daycare.
Yeah.
If we just talked about it, right? And Reed says that don't worry, he just learned how to teleport in an egg, so he's going to teleport an entire planet to a different part of space, and he'll take Galactus millions of years to.
Okay. If we can teleport Earth to a different part of space, go ahead.
No, finish it because I'll answer it.
Okay, what if we just plan this go through because he never teleports something this big. An egg is minuscule, right? It's small. But if he teleports Earth out of the solar system, what if it ends up in another part of the space where like there's no sun or moon, whatever? Like,
well, they did say it was going to have
like,
a sun, but they didn't say it was going to have a moon, which would have been crucial because, yeah, I was like thinking, well, yeah, we need the moon because yeah, like it regulates the tidal waves and the gravity. So I'm like. I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, there's no way they're gonna do that. I mean, that would have been disastrous. How did he not realize that would have been disastrous? Is beyond.
When I was thinking him talking about that plan, I thought him saying to teleport. I thought it was gonna be him teleporting this Earth into the 616 universe, where it'd be two Earths in one universe. That's what I first thought.
No, yeah, he says that he like found a space that they can go to that it would take Galactus like millions of years to figure out where they are. But I'm like, they never said like, hey, like what's gonna happen to the Earth's axis and all this stuff. Like it would have been cool if they mentioned all that stuff because then it would have been like, oh, that's science-y and interesting, right? Pull something out of your ass, right? But I was sitting there thinking that would have been fucking disaster if they did that. But yeah, they didn't do it.
Smart.
A sequel to Fantastic Four have Inhumans. I was thinking Annihilus. I think Inhumans would be cool.
I'll find it a little bit faster. An egg across a room is very different than teleporting a planet across a galaxy. What about the effects of the sun and the moon on the Earth in terms of gravitational pull and rotation?
Science 101 with Astronomy 101 with Grace Randolph.
Assume that you can recreate that in another solar system. I mean, it seems so overly simplistic that it took me out of it a bit, and I couldn't believe that nobody else on Earth. This is what I'm talking about.
This would mean they probably traveled to space before. I mean, obviously they traveled. That's how they got their powers. But I mean, after that, and before meeting Galactus, do you think it's possible? Or
first, say that again.
Do you think it's possible that they travel to space before before traveling to see Galactus? And obviously, they got the powers from going to space, but also during that time between that and the whole Galactus thing, they traveled to space and explored space before. Like they clearly said they did exploration, right? Like, they did explore, right?
Yeah.
So maybe they did. I mean, their technology is so advanced, even for the 60s.
Yeah, their technology was advanced.
Maybe that's one reason. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I just think they could have easily just explained it, but they just decided not to, which I thought was also weird.
Yeah.
About just blindly handing over control to the Fantastic Four. I'm not even an astronomer or a scientist. In fact, those were not great subjects for me in school. And this occurred to me. So no human.
Yeah, but it doesn't, you don't need to be a scientist to know that, man. That you need you need a sun and a moon.
But the difference is the Fantastic Four is heavily
the
involved
planet
with the
to us.
government. What is she talking about? What is
Yeah.
she talking about?
Yeah, they are. They
The
are.
movie that they are.
And they're the one they,
Sue is part of the UN or the
Pardon?
Senate or what, like the International Senate
Yeah,
or whatever they
UN.
called it in the movie. Was it the UN?
Their version of the UN. I don't know what
Yeah,
it's
whatever
called,
it
but their
was.
version of the UN.
Yeah, and you even see like when they were talking, all the countries, you could see Latveria was there and it was empty.
Yeah.
Scientists or astronomers were like, Reed, I'm sorry to second guess you, Lord Mr. Fantastic, but I don't think we can do that.
I think that
But they
confirms
did.
Robert Downey Jr. is the main Doctor Doom is from this universe. Yeah. Go ahead.
They didn't confirm that just yet though.
Like it never came
Where
up.
did it?
Wait,
Like,
Where did you hear
I also
that?
thought it was unrealistic that Sue's once.
What?
That the Doctor Doom is from this
Well,
universe.
I mean, Latveria, we saw the United Nations. I mean,
Yeah, but that
I'm
wasn't.
just assuming it is.
I don't know about that. Yeah, until
It
they
wasn't
come out
confirmed.
and
That's
say
true,
it, I
but I mean,
don't.
like,
I wouldn't, because I mean
it's my connection. It's my theory right now. It's just a theory.
I mean he just shows up in their
just a
apartment,
theory
which
I-
was weird. And by the way, that was apparently
I think it
was Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, it was. I said it wasn't the other day on the spoiler stream, but apparently it was.
Yeah,
But they should, if that was the case, they should just show his face. If you ask me, if it's Robert Downey Jr.
I think
Whatever.
they did a better job not showing his face, and not even him talking. I think that was a good move.
I like
Over
the
the-
non-talking part. I did like the non-talking part. I think that's better.
General public, right? And they were willing to sacrifice themselves for her baby. I mean, she said, it was a good line when she said, "I'm not going to sacrifice my baby for all of you." And they were like, "Okay, keep talking. We'll hold off on throwing the produce at you, but I'm not going to sacrifice you for my baby." And I'm like, how can you be sure? I mean, again, it didn't even seem that Galactus wanted to harm the baby, right? I mean, I'm like, I don't have
Grace
no
is a truly delusional person, but I mean she must. I mean, I don't think she wants kids if she's talking like this. That's fucking the most insane take I've heard about this movie. She's like, "Oh, just give up the fucking baby to this like giant monster that's begging for it." Like, yeah, that's gonna work. Like, what happens if he took the baby and he was like, "Oh yes, I'm gonna use this baby to now destroy the entire universe in one go," and you're like, "Oh
Yeah.
fuck."
You know how guilty they're gonna feel if they did. You know how guilty you're gonna feel if they destroy other worlds by giving up Franklin.
Yeah, I don't know her plan would have worked out. I mean, and also too, sacrificing anybody would probably have not been the best decision. And yeah, I mean, I think the people were more mad at the fact that they didn't know what to do. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think anybody was like thinking about, oh yeah, you should just give up your fucking baby. It was more like, hey, what about all of us? Like, you got to protect us too. You can't just protect your family, right? It's like you got to do something about this. Like the people in the alley when they were running past the thing, right? They're like, "What about us?" I don't know. Her take here, that's a crazy take.
specifics about what Galactus plans to do with the baby. Why don't you go with, they never asked if one of them could go with Franklin
Yeah.
to be with Galactus.
I
don't feel
I'm pretty sure guys is today. No.
They really made an effort to negotiate. All right, but speaking of Franklin, his dance card's getting pretty full because, of course, there's the big post-credit scene.
Superman.
Now
We
it's
got a
here.
Superman commercial, crazy.
The wait is over. He's back.
So I'm going to make a whole other video
She
about
purposely blurs this out. This is spoiler. Show
Yeah,
it.
it's a spoiler. By the way, I mean, but Anthony, we don't even see what his face is, so you don't even know if it is non-threatening to the
supposed to be
kid. It's
scarred,
Doctor
right?
Doom. Yeah,
I mean, Dr. Doom's face supposed to
this
be
is
scarred.
depends. Oh, yeah, but it depends though what they're doing here, right?
Yeah.
Because traditionally, Doctor Doom's scar is not that big of a deal, but
No.
in the Secret Wars comics, it is a big deal. His whole face is completely fucked up.
You know what? You know, Robert Downey Jr. He released an Instagram pic. It might have been today or tomorrow with a Secret Wars comic. It's not from this year. It's not from 2015. It's from the '80s Secret Wars.
Yeah, we know it's both, but
Yeah.
the thing is, it doesn't even matter. It's Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
Doctor Doom is the main villain of the 2015
Yeah.
Secret Wars, and he plays a significant role in that story. In the original Secret Wars, he was there, right? He was the one kind of orchestrating
There's a
everything.
rumor that Franklin's healing Doctor Doom's face. Oh, actually, in the comics, that's Valerie heals his face, not the Franklin. The sister, I believe, heals his face in the comics.
Yeah, because she was. I mean, it was both of them in the Secret Wars, but
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say him taking off his mask is to show that he's not threatening. Like we don't even know. We don't even know if
The
that's
thing
really
is,
true.
how did Doctor Doom get into the Baxter building in the first place?
Exactly.
Like,
And also, we got to remember too. This is another thing that I guess the movie doesn't really explore just yet. But Franklin is a little bit fucked up.
yeah,
I don't know if people know that. Like this guy has done, as a child, he has done pretty terrible things. And I mean, I don't know if he is a sociopath. I mean, he's not really a sociopath, but he does have some weird traits for sure.
it's
Of like what he was like. There's
what's
this whole arc where he like
what's
completely
the
manipulates reality and fucks with his family a little bit, and then they realize, hey, dude, what are you doing? And it's like,
what's
knock it off.
what's the main Kang's actual name? I know his last name is Richards, but isn't it also Franklin, the main Kang, like
Um,
the one that's related to them? What's Kang's real name? It's Richards, right? But like
uh, Nathan.
Nathan, yeah, there we go, Nathan. Yeah, but like we don't, and they're not gonna explore that because they totally changed everything in MCU.
Out what is potentially happening next after this movie
Yeah,
in the
they-
MCU. But I do want to touch on this here. So 4 years later, Franklin's a little bit bigger, and
So
Doom
Doctor Doom's clearly watching this event, Galactus. He just had to wait 4 years later.
pays a visit to him, although we just see this for a split second, and you just see Doom's cloak and his mask. Really, it's
I
just
do
like,
hope the mask and the cloak and is better than this because I think it's cool to see Doom, but that wasn't the best costume, honestly. Like that wasn't the best.
I mean,
costume.
there's no costume.
It was
It's just a cloak. Well, I mean, what is there really to judge? To be
oh,
honest,
what?
Like,
And then
I
you're
know.
out, right? But in that 1 second, they established that Latveria, well, they also showed the empty Latvian seat at the Future Foundation, which is basically the United Nations. But if the Doom and Latveria are a part of this universe, like they're not from it, maybe, I don't know, maybe Doom jumped over from another universe. We'll see. But it is, but the seat of Latveria seems to say that he is a part of this universe.
be.
So how is he not a part of this story? How did Doom and Latveria exist in this world? And how is Doom supposed to be a former colleague of the Fantastic Four? Certainly,
yeah,
Reeves,
I wouldn't necessarily say that. That's because Doctor
Yes.
Doom takes over Latveria. There
Yeah.
was a government in Latveria before, and Doctor Doom takes it over, and he becomes essentially like their king, right? And
Yeah.
it's actually supposed to be like,
Dictator.
oh yeah, it's not that bad because as I mentioned before, Doctor Doom is not like he's not like a
You know-
traditional villain where he wants to rule over everyone and make it hell.
You know what?
That's not really his goal.
I'm glad they didn't, because in the beginning, right? I'm glad they didn't talk about Doctor Doom at all. Doctor Doom at all. If he is from this universe,
Yeah.
it makes sense. He doesn't talk about. They didn't talk about in the montage, the origins and the villains they battled, at the beginning, or like they even hinted at. I mean, the only time they really hinted at Doctor Doom was probably the Latveria thing. I'm glad they talked because they wanted to build suspense of the character, right? They want to build suspense, and this is the perfect way to do it. Right? Perfect way to do it. Just how did
He
that
could be from this universe, and maybe the reason why there was no Latvian representative is because it's being taken over when this movie was happening.
Or he might
without
be the
them realizing.
Latvian. He might be control of Latvian. He might be the Latvian representative. He's like, nope, I'm not joining this. Fuck Sue Storm. Right? I mean, he got in the Baxter building. I don't know if he teleported in or wherever. But does he
Mhm.
have a connection to the Fantastic Four? I mean, the montage doesn't explain anything. Was he? If he is from the same universe, is there a rivalry with Reed? I hope they.
I'm I think you probably are right though. I mean, why would they have all these villains and not uh
No,
have some history with Doctor Doom?
yeah. They just want to create suspense, build suspense, because he is the Avengers villain for Doomsday and most likely Secret Wars.
Yeah, and I think that those movies will explore Doctor Doom and his character, and they didn't want this movie
I,
to do that.
I
This
think
was setting up Fantastic Four, not
I,
Doctor Doom.
Avengers Doomsday. I mean, yes, you can have the Avengers in it, but I think it's more Doctor Doom's movie than
Yeah.
the right. You know, right? Kind of like Infinity War. Infinity War, yeah, they had the Avengers and all the Guardians, Doctor Strange, but it's really about. It was more about Thanos story too. It was a Thanos movie,
Hmm.
but right. So I hope at Doomsday, if it is, I hope there is a relationship between him and Reed, like because we know because that's what's great about them in the comics is their relationship. They're supposedly they're same university, but they can rival stuff like that. He's always jealous of Reed.
Hmm.
Thinks I hope, because I don't think Robert Downey Jr. I mean, I don't think guys. I don't think Doctor Doom's here in the long haul. Honestly, at least Robert Downey Jr.
Not. Yeah, I did see that rumor sideways. I don't necessarily believe that because it's like it would be too expensive to do that.
No, and if he's in the Avenger movies 1 and 2, he's not coming. To me, he's not coming back. He's not coming back as Doctor Doom. He's not coming back.
Yeah,
And
I
don't
kind
believe
of
all
hope
these
they do
rumors.
that too.
Okay, like
Sideways.
And he's not anywhere in the story. Would Doom really allow Reed to teleport the entire consent? I think
if it mean for that very survival,
No,
you might agree
actually,
to it.
no.
I mean,
That
like
is a
Doctor
good
Doom has
point.
teamed up
Hold
with
on,
the
hold
Fantastic
on.
Four, as much
No,
as they
that is actually a
made
good point. That actually might be a pretty good reason of why he might not be there. Because yeah, Doctor Doom would 100% disagree with that. So yeah, I think I'll give her that. That's actually a fair point.
But how would he? What about Latveria? How would he want Latveria to survive? The question is, how would he go about with? He'd do the same. The thing is, he wouldn't want to sacrifice the baby either because he wants the baby for his own selfish. No, he could.
Most likely, I mean, he probably he doesn't. Well, he might not know Franklin's full powers, but he might
Yeah,
be curious about like why Galactus even wants him, and it's probably maybe the reason why Doctor Doom is even in that post-credit scene with Franklin.
I just saw. And I just so you know.
Now, there could also be another explanation of maybe why Doctor Doom is in this universe but didn't appear. This is my theory, right? My theory is that Doctor Doom, uh, like this is not like my theory that I like completely believe in. I'm just giving like a theory of like why he
Yeah,
could be in this universe and not have appeared. This Doctor Doom could have been waiting in the wings, or had already met Reed Richards, had a relationship with him, but kind of disappeared and fell off the map. And Reed Richards never really brought it up because it never came up, right? And so
yes, could possible.
Doomsday could have been him showing up again and realizing, oh, holy shit, this guy was like my fucking, sworn enemy, and he just fucking disappeared off the map, and I just never thought he would, I thought he just fucked off, right?
He suffered a major
That's
defeat.
some,
He thought he suffered a major defeat of the Fantastic Four. He's ready to make his comeback.
yeah, I mean something. I don't know. I do think that is a pretty good point though, that Doctor Doom would have entirely rejected that point of like, hey, you're not teleporting to Earth. What the fuck? He would have been out there slandering Reed Richards. Like, Reed
He's
Richards is gonna teleport us and kill us all. Like, he would have fucking done that for sure.
Well, I think it's either two motivations: try to save his universe or whatever universe, because of incursions, whatever is going on. Because the multiverse thing is all mixed, jumbled together. Some of it doesn't
Hmm.
make sense. So maybe
Right.
trying to save his universe, or he's trying to create the perfect universe.
But here's another thing too about some things that came out about Doomsday, which this was Alan, what's his name?
They're not
Alan
even
Cummings.
they're not even done writing it, and they're filming it.
I don't even. By the way, I don't even know if that's 100% true.
Oh, that's the actor
What she said, because I'm like, the thing is they don't give them the script.
No, they just signed on.
Like no, like no one gets a full script of the Avengers movies. Like if there's a finished script, they're not going to get the entire movie because of leaks and stuff. They only get their parts. So that's why I was like, I know people were like trying to use that as like ammo or like a reasoning of why there isn't a script, but it's like, but we've known this in the past that they only give them parts of the script when they're going to film. They don't give them it in advance to begin
No.
with. The only person who ever got it in advance, and there probably is someone else who didn't say it, but Benedict Cumberbatch said he got the entire script. And yeah, he didn't say anything, and he wasn't on tour saying anything about it.
For Doctor Strange?
No, for the Avengers movies.
Oh, Infinity War and Endgame?
Yes.
Why only him? Okay, that's weird, because like...
Yeah, because one of the reasons why is because it got leaked. Do you not remember Mark Ruffalo spoiled the
Mark
ending of
Ruffalo.
Infinity War? Like years before people knew.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, and Don Cheadle told him, like, what are you doing? You just fucking said the entire thing. And nobody realized what he was saying until people watched the movie, obviously.
Yeah, I remember that. Is Doctor Strange doing it? Probably.
Probably.
And I think Doom would want to talk to Galactus himself. So it's just weird to me that he just comes out of nowhere.
I don't think it's weird.
Only way to explain
Not
it.
really. Not really. I
Also-
mean, he could have. I mean, he could have done something different. He could have been friends with the Fantastic Four at one point. They had a falling out, and he helped the Baxter building. I don't know, because I don't know. Like,
Yeah, I don't really know what.
So speaking of,
I mean, maybe that's not even in the movie.
we won't know until the movie Avengers Doomsday. We really don't know,
Yeah.
and that's a long way off. Oh, so yeah. Well, I remember Mark Ruffalo spoiling it. I mean, Tom Holland has a knack for doing that.
jump into this story, they skip
No,
over
the
an
question
origin
is, Robert
story.
Downey Jr. really do an accent. I don't want Doctor Doom to sound American. I'm sorry. Like, and I heard Robert Downey Jr.'s British accent. He cannot do a good British accent. He's a good actor, but he cannot do a good British accent. But I know Doctor Doom's not British. But I just hope he can do an accent, because because to me, Doctor Doom needs an accent. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Doctor Doom should have an accent.
Yeah, to me, like I like Robert Downey Jr., but it's probably best if they hire. To me, they probably should have hired a European actor for this role. But
Well, it's Robert Downey Jr., so I'm not gonna say too much just yet.
yeah, I'm just
Like Robert Downey Jr. is like, I think we can all agree he's a phenomenal actor. Like it's kind of hard not to.
I just
criticize him.
yeah, it is. It's just his British accent in some of his movies I don't like.
Yeah, but I mean, the moment he turns into a character, you're like, yeah, like we're only. I mean, most people.
Go ahead.
I mean, when you watch him outside of Marvel movies, the guy has done some phenomenal work.
Oh
So
yeah, I don't disagree there. He has.
Yeah, so I get it. Like, I do think it's weird where it's like, why are you casting an actor who is like the main face of the MCU to be the villain, and then there not be a connection? Sorry, that sentence was weird, but I don't know. I'm still like, how is this supposed to work?
They got to find a way to make that work. So, because people will think but people will still think this is an Iron Man for a different universe, but became a villain, became Victor Von Doom.
Exactly. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, even though they said this is not an Iron Man variant, this is not Tony Stark variant or anything like that. Like, still, you still gotta explain it. Like in the movie, I'm sure. Like,
have questions, not just about Doom and Latveria, but about Subterranea.
oh,
So when they lay a trap for Galactus to lead him to
Mole
one of the
Man. Yeah, I mean, Mole Man.
remaining teleporters that the Silver Surfer hasn't destroyed, this one's in the middle of Times Square. And for Galactus to get there,
Look,
he
he's supposed to be a comedy act, the Mole Man, the actor, obviously. I like how he really trusts Sue. He really cares, he likes Sue. He doesn't like the other members of Fantastic Four. He always chastises them. Only Sue could get to him. If you read, so they explain in the montage blinded, right? The montage blinded how they were enemies and then became allies. How Sue and Mole Man, how they reconciled, not reconciled, but they became, got the piece together. Subterranean got their word, he got Mole Man got Subterranean and all that. I read all that part. I read in the comic, the prequel comic, so I kind of knew. I knew. I read in the prequel comic that part. That you all know, not just you, blinded, but everybody. It was all part of the prequel comic. So I remember I said when I talked about the prequel, I'm a little concerned. Remember, I think I did say I was a little concerned if they're not going to explain it in the movie, but they did. So good on them. Good on them.
Yeah, I did like Mole Man in the movie. I do think he probably should have looked a little bit more like, you know, like the comic where he looks a little bit like what the heck? Hold on, give me a second.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he'll be back, guys. Did he do an accident in Oklahoma? Oh yeah. Like doing accents are hard. They're hard. 56K man in the house. It's good to see you, 56K. It's good to see you. Is Tony still streaming? Let's see. No, he just ended, huh? Oh yeah, Blind will be back. We'll get back to the moment. No, you invite. No, I told you it's gonna be a long stream, guys. We're just 2 hours in. He'll be back.
have to go through the city. So to protect the civilians, they decide to evacuate.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I love how they did that. It's funny. Blind will come back, but it's funny how this movie thought about protecting civilians from collateral damage with the Battle of Galactus. Versus Man of Steel didn't do that. Superman didn't think about civilians are going to get hurt or killed. It's fucking hilarious. When I saw that plan of how to protect civilians and make sure they're not caught in the crossfire between the Fantastic Four and Galactus, I thought about Man of Steel. I thought about the Battle with Zod at the end. I'm like, oh my god, perfect. Perfect. I'm like, oh my god, that had to piss off the Snyder fans. It was a perfect scene. Ah, Grace. I'll be right back too, guys. I gotta go bathroom. Okay, I'm back. I don't know if you're back, Blinded. Blinded's not back yet, right, guys? I'm back. I'm back. I'm convinced that they might nerf Sentry Doomsday. I mean, they nerf everybody eventually. They have to. Um,
Evacuate the city underground. I'm like, why don't you just have them go to New Jersey? But they're like, no, we're going to go underground to the.
New Jersey, huh? You know how much traffic that's going to cause on the turnpike on the highway? Just evacuate. I don't think I have much time to go all the way to freaking New Jersey from Manhattan.
To the realm.
Grace, you live in New York, man. Come on. You live in New York. Come on, Grace. You live in New York, man. You should know. Ah, Grace.
Of the Mole Man. And I was really surprised when they got down there that there were roads that already led to Subterranean with signage.
It's a world down there. That's where you didn't know that? Now you do know, Grace.
I am back.
Now you know.
I'm back. What did Sideways do now?
I think Grace. I think you go. I think. Concerned that they might nerf Sentry and Doomsday.
Wait, hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Yeah,
yes.
I can hear you. Linus sounds tired. Yo, Grace,
Yeah.
why don't you go
I'm gonna read some comics. I had the comics I bought yesterday, which I messed up.
Which ones did you buy?
I bought Hush 2, of course, Absolute Wonder Woman, Absolute Manhunter, and then I got the New History of DC. But they didn't have the regular cover, they had the foil cover. And I didn't realize, I'm like, well, I like the foil cover, but I forgot that it would have been more money, so it was like $12. I was like, ugh.
Fuck, man.
But I wanted a foil cover. I never had a foil cover, so I was like, fuck it.
I usually buy like 3 to 5 comics a week. It cost me like $30 to $40 now. I mean, back in the day, I could buy like 10 comics for like $60.
Well, the foil cover and the other comics were normal price. So altogether, it was almost like 40, but it was like for 4.
Back in the day, 4 or 5 comics cost me like, I don't know, $20, $25.
Yeah.
I can't. It's ridiculous how much comics cost now.
Yeah, I try not to buy all the time. You know what I mean? But sometimes I want like a variant cover or whatever.
And instead of the usual humanoid,
yeah, the mole people are not in
moloids
the movie.
There.
Yeah.
Like we like if
comics
they were, you just saw their.
It was more people.
Yeah. I drew the line years ago. No, I don't blame you. I still like single issues though. It's something special
Did
about
a bunch of people just go decide to?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, graphic novels have their benefits, right? But I do like the single issue too. Like it's just collecting the single issues. It just feels special, like.
For sure,
underground, right? And have a contentious relationship with the surface world. I mean, that's like kind of like Earth Atlantis, you know. But
Earth Atlantis.
Oh, that actually makes me wonder: is Atlantis in this universe? Like, did they find Atlantis?
On Namor.
And
yeah. Vanessa Kirby's gonna cheat with Namor.
Yeah.
Actors gonna cheat with Namor. What's gonna happen? Man, everybody's making a big stink about Passion Pascal and Vanessa Kirby always, hands on with each other. They really do think they're having an affair.
I'm always reluctant to sell off my singles because I just feel like I wouldn't even make money or no one would buy it. So I just try to be careful like what I buy because I'm like, well, I want to keep it forever, right? I usually don't buy stuff with the intentions of selling it.
Technically, she never fucked anymore.
Yeah, technically.
You were a big deal. The whole Patrick Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, hands off, not hands on each other all the time. I think it isn't fair.
Thrift book sites. I need to find ones in Canada like that are good.
Yeah.
In the comics isn't supposed to know about Atlantis really until it's too late. But I mean, like
Atlantis. Do you know Atlantis is still part of Earth, right?
What's
It's underwater. Huh? It's underwater. Yeah. It's still part of Earth. Last time I checked, the ocean is underwater, planet, right? It's on Earth. You sold your comics collection multiplied since the 20s.
how did this happen? I don't understand how everybody was okay with it. I'd be like, I'm sorry. You can't live under the crust of the earth and be a threat to everybody above it. You just can't.
So where are they gonna go?
Yeah, but was Mole Man even a threat anymore?
No, they made peace. Didn't they have a peace? No.
I mean, why would they have Subterraria as like a city or something if they were always going to like fight each other, right? Like, I don't know about that.
Did she watch the montage at the beginning of the movie? When Sue Storm and Mole Man, Larry Elder, that's his name, Larry Elder, right? I think is it Larry Elder? I just know his name is Elder. They made peace, and Mole Man got this, right? I mean, come on. It was explained in the montage, the beginning.
It was crazy to me. I don't think the FF are doing a very good job ruling the world.
Yeah, fair.
Then, in addition to evacuating a major city for a sci-fi threat, there are even more similarities to the new Superman movie.
Grace.
That's not really a lot of similarities.
Grace, I hate this argument. Yeah, that's true. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that this was
beyond even their brighter, hopeful, simpler tones, like back to comic book.
I don't know. Why does it feel like StreamYards is like delayed or something? It's kind of, I don't know. It's not as smooth as Restream. I don't know why. But yeah. As I was saying, this is more like a response to like Man of Steel, like the 10-year response to Man of Steel, where every single movie has to like make sure the heroes evacuate the city. Like they did this in Age of Ultron and like. Yeah, so I don't know.
Yes, but the thing, I mean, it is smart because if you're gonna have battles in a city full of buildings and people, I mean, you have to get the people out of the way or you're gonna die. Man of Steel forgot that.
Yeah, I don't really think it's like, oh yeah, that has to be similar to Superman. It's been something consistent in movies trying to like reject Man of Steel, because Man of Steel was the one that like. Yeah, people were saying, why didn't they evacuate the city? Like, all these people died for absolutely no reason.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, what I was saying about that was what I was saying, because I think you're away for a few minutes when I was saying, oh my God, this the Fantastic Four evacuating, making sure everybody's evacuated and not caught up in the collateral damage in the battle is a direct response to a direct insult, taking a cheap shot at Man of Steel. Yeah, StreamYard is a little late for some reason.
Basics. Both movies skip over their origin stories and plunge the audience into a story and a world that's already moving ahead.
Yeah, but you could say the same thing about Spider-Man and Batman.
Fantastic Four, I mean, they didn't go a lot of. It wasn't a full-on origin story, but it was a tiny bit of origin story visually. Superman was just a description.
But like, we've had movies before these movies that had superheroes without
Yeah.
origin stories.
Yep.
And they're characters that
Yep.
are well known. People have seen the Fantastic Four. We don't need another Fantastic Four origin story. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they did a good job with what they did here. It's like skip the origin or briefly touch on it and then move on. You don't need to like have an entire movie about it. Like, let that be for a new character.
Brings I would like to see a sequel of Super Squall, Nihilus, Psycho,
Mhm.
Max. Max isn't mad to bring in humans. I don't think Fantastic Four is the right place to bring in
top
humans.
speed. And they both have strong sci-fi elements, including black holes. Both movies feature a black hole. I mean, wow. And they, I mean, like, I don't know who was talking to who, but like, you know, maybe Kevin Feige and James Gunn shouldn't talk that much, but that's nuts.
Oh yeah, that's right. They decided, you know what? Hey, it would be great if we still both have black holes in our movies. Yeah, let's do it. You have black hole, I'll have a black hole in our movies. Let's do it together. Yeah, they conspired each other to have black holes in the movies. That's what they did.
I mean, a black hole in a science fiction movie. I mean, like, is it that crazy of an idea?
The deal with space and all that, right? And dimensions
Yeah.
and universes. Yeah.
I mean,
Is that what they
Superman
did?
was the one that was, yeah, it was like a dimension that ripped open and then it had
Yeah.
a black hole underneath it.
Yeah. It's not a ridiculous concept. It's not like they just, but she's like, Kevin Feige and James Gunn did this on purpose. You know, they conspired, they colluded to have black holes in their movies. Like, come on, man.
Yeah,
Not
like,
enough.
I mean, they have black holes. I mean, I'm sure you could find a ton of other similarities, like, but the movies are like totally different.
I'm
So
sure
I
Monica's gonna be
really don't
Avengers.
know what she's talking
You mean
about.
Monica Rambeau? If you're talking about Monica Rambeau, I guarantee you she'll be Avengers Doomsday because Kelsey
Yeah, she
Grammer
is.
speaks. Yeah, Kelsey Grammer speaks. That's the reason
She's
why.
definitely going to be in
Yeah.
Avengers Doomsday.
And again, as I just said, they
Hey,
both have
TJ.
major cities evacuated for
What's up,
cosmic
TJ?
events. So that was crazy. I think this movie is more similar to Superman than it is The Incredibles. So yeah,
The Incredibles were based off of
That's a
Fantastic Four. Why did
stretch.
the-
Pun
Yeah.
intended, I guess.
The Incredibles, of course, are based on the Fantastic Four.
You know what?
But-
Okay, there really is a DC. There really isn't a family like the Fantastic Four that's like related. You know?
Well, I think the
Or-
Challengers of the Unknown is pretty much like the Fantastic Four. Is it the
they're not
Challengers
well
of the
known.
Unknown? Degrassi could correct me.
Yeah.
Not
They're
they're
not
Jack
really well
Kirby's
known.
creation, I believe.
They're well known. They're not really like well known. I mean,
No, they're not well known.
you could do a Bat
I mean,
Family movie.
maybe you could say like
Bat Family
wait,
movie.
that's like similar to Fantastic Four to DC. I mean,
Yeah, like the family aspect.
I don't know. Like I
Shazam,
know what people are
maybe?
talking about where Doom Patrol is like X-Men, but like Doom Patrol is kind of like X-Men with Fantastic Four. Personally, for me, that's what it feels like.
Bat Family. I mean, like, yeah, Bat Family. Even though like not, they're like. I mean, the only one that's Damien's related, but like they're adopted sons of Bruce. I mean, you could do if it's a Bat Family
Battlemen.
oriented Teen Titans. Yeah, but it's like no.
Like, are we talking about? It doesn't have to be a well-known like. Because to Challengers the Unknown is essentially the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, but nobody really knows about them. That's the problem. So you're a DC guy.
No, but
You're a comic book guy, so you know. So like that's the thing.
I don't really know much about them. I just know that they're created by Jack Kirby and
Oh.
they basically are the Fantastic Four. That's really what I think there's no woman though on the team. It's just
Doom
yeah, I would
Patrol.
say the other one that is like similar is Doom Patrol. I know people always bring up X-Men with Doom Patrol, but I feel like Doom Patrol is kind of similar to Fantastic Four.
That show was so good, Doom Patrol.
Yeah, I do think they should have Doom
At
Patrol.
least
in
for
the
now.
DCU.
Yeah, me too.
This movie comes across different to me. First of all, Franklin is just a baby, and Valeria is not born yet. So you don't
Valeria.
have that kid that child-parent dynamic, or the kids versus parents dynamic. The kids going off together and having an adventure. You don't have that.
Nah, I'm glad they didn't.
And then
have
also,
that in
this is
the
where I
movie.
think is the true difference between the Incredibles and the Fantastic Four. And I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on this. But the Incredibles focuses on how this superhero family deep down is ordinary, like every other family. Whereas the Fantastic Four is about a superhero family that is extraordinary, that is not like every other family, and revels in that. As I said, this Fantastic...
Yeah, I mean,
that's
it's
the
always...
Fantastic Four.
That's the Fantastic Four. There's always been like that from the comics and all that, right?
Well, I mean, she's kind of forgetting, like one of the most crucial parts of the Fantastic Four is the fact that the Thing is always kind of, as I said that one time, the last time I was on Tony's show, I was like, why does the Thing always bitch and moan about the Thing being the Thing? I mean, that's kind of his thing. It's like he wakes up and he's fucking depressed and he's like, oh man, I got 4 fucking fingers. What the fuck? Like, I mean, I love the Thing, but that's literally what he does. It's like, bruh, like.
Speaking of Teen Titans, should the DCU Teen Titans be a prequel that takes place in where Dick Grayson is Robin or a president?
It should have Dick Grayson. If it has Damian Wayne, I'm writing off that movie immediately.
Fuck.
That's how you know that would be some James Gunn shit if it has fucking Damian Wayne.
It's gonna have Damian Wayne. I just feel like it's
fuck off with that.
Fantastic Four, like it often
Straight
does in
up,
the comics,
fuck off
to me,
with that.
feels isolationist.
I hate fucking Damian Wayne on the Teen Titans. That idea was complete ass. It doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, it seems like Ben Grimm is okay with himself here.
Yeah. Or shades of it, at least.
They don't have any human non-superpowered friends. I mean, Sarah Niles has a couple of scenes.
She didn't have a publicist. Guess what? She was the publicist.
Yeah, she was the publicist, and she didn't even acknowledge it. Well, to be fair, Alyssa Masters is also not in the movie, and that would have maybe is what she's missing. How much you want to bet she doesn't even mention that character? How much you want to bet in the next minute?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Actually, Sue's friend.
And by the way,
she works for them. And they don't ever hang out outside of work.
Their friends are usually other Marvel characters. That's another thing too to point out.
Yeah.
Much. Sue might tell herself that they're friends, but they're not. And then Johnny, for instance, is more interested in space than he is Earth. I mean, in the comics, he dates Earth girls. But here he brushes off
not true
in that flashback
not
to get
true
him a date. She's like, my brother's single. And instead of
not
him
true,
being like,
not true, not true, not true. I'm going to just keep saying that. John, he dates Crystal. She's an Inhuman. And he's dated alien girls as well. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there you go. More Grace Randolph not
Crystal,
not knowing the source material, but it's okay. We know you're not
but she
a
read the
big
comic.
fan of this shit.
Yeah.
She did not read any Fantastic Four comics. That's a load of fucking shit.
Yeah.
You doing, Sue? And I thought that was a surprising choice. And who does he have an
You know what? Yeah, that's true.
interest in? An alien. Ben tries to connect to his old neighborhood, but he can't. One of you said that you felt the Fantastic Four was the MCU's version of Star Trek. And I think that's an excellent
MCU
comparison.
versus Star Trek.
Yeah, it is.
Because they do space exploration and all that stuff?
No, because they're problem solvers.
Some people are
it's
saying
one of the
it should be
best
like,
comparisons.
They really want to lean into the 19...
It should. It
yeah,
literally
because
should
Star Trek
be
are
Marvel
diplomatic.
Star Trek.
They do that. Yeah.
It's literally.
But
that,
the only thing
yes.
is the only difference is the Fantastic Four are there to protect Earth. Technically, Star Trek, you're not supposed to get involved in start wars or get involved in.
But the whole
right?
point of Star Trek is they have different. Every episode there's a different problem that they're solving.
Conflict.
That's literally
Yeah.
what the Fantastic Four is. They're problem solvers, and they go around and they're trying to,
Diplomatically, they try to do it diplomatically and stuff
Yeah.
like that, right? Like, they're not really supposed to go on the offense, right? Like,
well, they go on the offense when they need to, right? Because this is
Yeah.
it's still a superhero comic.
but a Star Trek, yeah, he takes aliens. Johnny's like, I heard they're making
Yeah.
a spin-off. I heard they're making a spin-off, a Captain Kirk show from Strange New Worlds.
Bruh.
60s, futuristic, old school futurism. But I mean, and that is a nice element. But I like this idea.
Remember, Matt Shackman almost did not direct this movie. You know that, right?
Yeah, he almost did Star Trek,
Shackman.
which makes sense.
Remember, is it Shackman or Shackman?
Shackman. I think
4,
it is
right? He almost
Shackman.
is 4, right? The fourth one, yeah.
Yeah. I think it is Shackman,
Shackman.
right?
That's funny.
Shackman. It has an H.
Yeah,
It has an H in there.
yeah. There's no E though. I don't think there's no E. That's the thing.
No, Shackman. Yeah.
Them being the most at home at space. That they went into space and it changed them.
Yeah, they try to
And
be
now they're
diplomatic with Galactus.
people of two worlds, maybe even a little more comfortable in space. I mean,
They're
Marvel
not really
Cosmic
of
is
two
the thing,
worlds.
MCU Cosmic, and I think the Fantastic Four fit in there quite well.
The Fantastic Four have what the hell is she talking about? The
I think
Fantastic Four has always been part of Marvel's cosmic. I mean, majority of
Yes.
the characters they interact with and introduce are cosmic related characters.
Yes, they do have some Earth characters too, like Mole Man, but they do, but they've always been cosmic too. Like, yeah, always been so. When the freaking astronauts they go to space, like, that doesn't give you a hint that they're cosmic characters,
Yeah.
right? Like, that's how they got their powers in the first place.
Yeah, again, I don't. She said she's like, I read Fantastic Four comics. No, Grace, you read like one Fantastic Four comic and you put it down, and then you're like, like majority of the people on Twitter who are like, I'm a Fantastic Four fan. I love Fantastic Four. I can't. And then when they watch the movie, they're like, what is this? They're like, it's Fantastic Four. This is literally Fantastic Four. Well, I didn't like them. I didn't like it. Well, what the fuck did you expect? And then they go, well, and then they start pointing at Marvel Rivals. You know, the game that literally just came out this year. The game that came out this year. That's what they should do with Fantastic Four. Okay, but there's no story there. Oh, and then they just trail off, and then they don't get back to you.
It's a multiplayer shooting, basically an MMO kind of like game. There's no story. Like, wow.
Yeah. Well, tourists. No, seriously, TJ. This was the first time, like, I really truly believe that people were like truly tourists on these characters, because it's like, what the hell were people expecting this to be? Like, some of the takes you see, you're like, so you wanted the movie to be like The Incredibles? That's not fucking Fantastic Four, though.
Oh, don't say that because they're family, right? It's a family work, right?
Yeah, and that was the main inspiration of The Incredibles, but the Fantastic Four is not really like The Incredibles.
No.
This is why, her comparison to Star Trek, yes, that's a much better comparison, because they're supposed to be problem solvers. They go out and they're explorers. They find things, and like, that's the whole premise of fucking Fantastic Four. What the hell are you guys talking about?
Marvel.
I'm blown the fuck away. Like, what did you expect this to be?
Look, I can understand that the Spider-Man movie should be like the Spider-Man. The Spider-Man movie should be like the Spider-Man game.
Marvel Rivals for tourists.
No, they're called terrorists. Okay, Red. Whatever you say.
Trek, again, excellent comparison. I do think this movie also lacks action, particularly with the lack of use of Reed and Sue's powers. That, to me,
I'm okay with the lack of action. I mean, they're problem solvers, right? They're not head-on fist people, They don't solve problems with the fists, kind of thing, They solve problems with the mind and teamwork and, like,
Yeah, I think
mistake.
they use their powers
You
in
know,
an
I
effective
always
way.
tell you that story about Steven
Yeah.
Soderbergh about that.
Yeah, she keeps going back to this fucking
Seeing
story
that-
about Stevens. Like without realizing that it was like, yeah, okay. The person watching that Civil War sequence just wanted to see them fight and shit, but it's like some action sequences need to be like well constructed. They can't just be like, oh, we need to like jam in all these cameos and shit and make it like accessible for, people are like gonna point at the screen and be like, look, it's that character.
Yeah.
Like, fuck off.
She's like this. She wants action over. I could tell from other reviews she does. She loves action over story. For some reason.
But this movie had okay. This movie is what, just not even 2 hours. It's like
Go on the 2 hours.
right at 2 hours.
Yeah.
It's like for a 2 hour movie, it's like you get a decent amount of sequences. Like you have a whole montage sequence in the beginning, and then it's like you have this whole space chase scene. It's like it's like
There was only two action scenes: a space chase and the end, the final battle.
but they were like big. But the thing is,
They were long. They were big.
yeah, they were long sequences, right? Like they were a sequence. It wasn't just we fight and then it ends
Yeah.
and then we move on to the next scene. No, it was an entire sequence.
Most Marvel movies are not like that, right? Like most Marvel movies have 3 or 4 big action scenes, right? This really had 2.
Right.
It's only had 2, and it worked fine because the other
Well,
thing
there's a difference between a sequence and a scene, right? A scene is yeah, this
sequence.
movie, the action sequences are made up of different scenes.
Yeah.
Like that's the difference between, right? Like so yeah, like when you're saying like, oh, it only had 2 sequences, it's like, yeah, but it's comprised of different scenes, right? It's like they were before you get to the chase, it's like they're in space, right? And they're leading up to Galactus, and then there's this whole chase, and that whole chase after Galactus goes right until the black hole sequence. That was pretty lengthy. Like it's a pretty length, like what
It
you're
was
getting.
lengthy. It was at least 20 minutes, maybe a little more. I mean, no, the thing is what leading up to that chase, leading to the action scenes, leading up to that, you clue that in too.
Yeah, that like I don't like everything doesn't have to be like every scene now. It's like, oh, we're done the conversation scene. It needs to now lead into an action scene. It's like, no, like, what the fuck?
She wants that.
Like it needs to, like the story needs to progress to have an action scene, right? Like I don't know, man. I don't know. That criticism to me is it's just dumb.
Yeah.
It's like you wanted like majority of this 2 hour movie to just be nonstop action. And then what the criticism is, oh, we didn't focus on the characters. That's a character driven, like the Fantastic Four for a first movie. Don't you want it to be character driven?
Stop it, Sideways. Just any more of Grace books.
Oh man.
Fan skipping from action sequence to action sequence, and learn from that, right? I mean, that to me is very telling, and I think some of the best comic book movies have that element to them where you just want to go and relive that. I think it's a little bit like liking to look at certain panels of a comic as well, which is interesting because I don't feel the same way about other blockbusters. Although
Grace, here's the thing about some comics. Sometimes an issue, the whole thing is a big action fight scene in an issue with the comics. You know that, right, Grace? Right, Blinded? Sometimes an issue is a whole fight.
Yeah, sometimes it's not.
Oh yeah, exactly.
No, but like this is really dumb. Like, why does comic book movies they all need to operate like Civil War? Like what? Like Civil War is really an action movie. Like it really is predominantly an action movie.
Yeah.
Where it's like the whole premise is like, yeah,
same thing.
Well, I mean, even like the Avengers movies, yeah, they're action movies, but I don't know, like the Civil War is a different kind of action movie, right? Where it's like the main plot requires a lot of action.
Uh-huh.
Right? This movie is not. It's supposed to be like the characters are figuring out what to do. Like they're in a predicament. That's not the same as Civil War. Civil War is like there's a conflict, there's a major conflict between
Yeah.
these characters,
Yes.
and and as a result, they're fighting each other. So of course there's going to be a lot of action. There's going to be a lot of chase sequences because
Some
one side is chasing the other and they're trying to track them down and arrest them.
director's cut.
Yeah, people want a director's cut. Well, I don't. What would add besides really Red Ghost? That's really it.
But what would Red Ghost? What's the introduction of Red Ghost would he do to the movie? It doesn't make it
No, it would just be part of the montage. That's it.
exactly. So it's not really integral, right? Not really integral part of the
No.
movie. I think what all they got in the movie, what they need to get in the movie, work. It's not like BVS where they had the director's cut, where they tried to make it more sense of the movie. I don't think Fantastic Four
Yeah,
needs that.
nothing. No, yeah, the movie is told. This is another thing too. People have to understand, and this is another thing that was annoying seeing people say. They're like, we need to have more longer movies. No, the hell we don't. Like if certain directors can get away with a long movie, but not every single movie needs to be 3 hours plus long. I don't know why people think that just because you make a longer movie that it means it's going to be better. Like one of the most important principles of writing is to be concise. If you can't be concise, then it's just going to be gobbledygook. Like, what the hell are these people talking about? If they wrote an essay, they would write 10,
There's
15 pages of absolute babble. Like, fuck these people. Seriously.
yeah.
I'm
There are
sorry,
some-
I'm going off.
There are some movies that might need to be a little longer, and some that might need a little shorter. But this movie doesn't need that.
No, not every movie needs to be 3 hours long. Not
No.
everything needs to be fucking,
All Marvel
Sorry.
fans complaining about the time. You're gonna get that with Avengers movies, okay? You're gonna get 2 hours and a half.
You're going to get your 3 hour movies with those movies. Yeah. Like, not everything needs to be this long fucking movie where you're sitting down and you're like, when's this shit gonna end?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just so you can have a couple of scenes and then what? So then you can just complain again?
Hmm.
Complain about the shit you were gonna
Me
complain
too.
about anyway? Get the fuck out of here.
Oh my God, Sideways.
Yeah, like Zack Snyder is a perfect example of someone who is like not a very concise director. He's got a story that is like really spanning 4 or 5 hours long, and you're like, in reality, no one wants to sit and watch a 4 to 5 hour movie. That's way too long. That's asking for, almost a quarter of your day. You know what I mean? Like that's a
Yeah.
lot of time. Like, and that's another thing people forget too is like people aren't, like movies are entertainment. You don't want it to be like this long thing in the tooth where then it becomes, a burden.
Yeah.
Like I'm glad this movie and even Superman, they're not like, 2 hours and 30 minutes. Like, no, they don't need to be that long. That's ridiculous. Movies used to just be an hour and 30 minutes. That's it. So, I don't know. Some people I feel it's a lot of kids on Twitter. I notice a lot of kids. These kids are like literally fresh
You know
out of
what it
high
is?
school. What is it?
Short attention span.
Short attention span? They say it's
That's right.
they want all this shit.
I think.
Sorry, you're breaking up.
I think they. Yeah. I mean, I think people have. I'm breaking out. Oh shit. I think people just have a shorter attention span now.
No, I agree for sure.
Yeah. No shit.
But to ask for like a 3 hour movie so you can have what
All right.
more of these action scenes?
The sequences are really cool to watch, but for some reason,
3 hour. Oh yeah.
Yeah, damn, StreamYard is very delayed. Holy shit.
It is. Okay. You hear me now? Is it fine?
Yes. Air July 100. Yeah, exactly.
Comic
100
book
page
movies.
comic.
the sequences really do become their own thing.
Yeah.
And I think 2 has that quality. I think that even the most recent, the Batman. I recently, just the other day, because I was thinking about the Batman because
You
of the Superman
fucking bitch. Pause,
movie, and I
pause this shit.
want them to merge. I
Can
was
we
going.
find a clip of Grace going back and
I just
saying
did.
that the Batman is not action focused? That it's like too long and it doesn't have a lot of action?
Oh, I would, but I don't
I'm
know if
not I'm not
it
I'm
takes so
not
long to find.
she has said this before that the Batman, like one of the problems with the Batman was that it didn't have a lot of action and that's why it didn't make a lot of money. You know, it was like a slow burn movie
Maybe.
and it didn't have a lot of good like Civil War moment sequences, even though it did have good action sequences. Where you know what I mean, right? Like it had the chase
Yeah.
sequence, the
It
ending,
didn't.
like
It didn't. She didn't have the long action sequences. That's the difference. It had good ones, like the battles in the club. Even the final battle, I guess it didn't have long battle action sequences. I would say though, but when they did them, they were very well done. I would say.
yeah.
Um, Eric July's 150-page comics are the equivalent of Dogs for 4.5 or Lord of the Rings movies. Complete trash. Rippaverse and complete. Oh god, shitting on Lord of the Rings.
Oh, I just
Back and
realized
watching my
what
favorite
Sideways is saying. He's like, I didn't look at too deep at what I said, and then I just realized he said Zack Snyder should suck by
Oh,
extended cut. Okay,
I know.
okay, good
I
one, good
saw
one.
that.
Sequences from that film.
Oh no,
The future of AI-powered ITSM is here.
AI catches
AI.
incidents or
Ooh, flashy visuals.
This doesn't have that quality. I think there's only the Galactus Silver Surfer sequence in the middle of the film.
But the
speaking of
ending had
power,
action. What is she talking about?
She wants every
I mean-
single fucking movie to be cookie cutter bullshit. The fuck out of here.
Lisa Gillette cut red. Oh my gosh! Shut up. Shut up.
usage, I was very impressed with the use of Johnny's powers. And I think it benefits his character that none of the Incredibles have fire powers.
Why does that matter? Why does that matter?
Not, I mean, like, there's also the thing too, right? Like,
Yeah.
Grace, man, always.
You know.
Ugh.
Oh my god.
The
Make me
Incredibles has been so
sick.
inventive with the use of elastic powers or invisible powers, force field powers, that it's hard for this live action movie to be able to compete. But here, because we haven't seen any fire, I mean, we have Frozone, but ice and fire are very different. Johnny's action sequences feel fresh and new. I like them.
Stop with the. Damn.
Oh, brother.
Despite Ben Grimm being on the team, it felt to me like when it came to action, Johnny did all the heavy lifting. Ben carried him back to the ship once Johnny's oxygen ran out and he couldn't flame on anymore. But that was the bulk of Ben's, he did the cooking. I thought that was weird. I was like, oh, aren't you the strongest member of this group? And he's like, they don't need it.
So just because he's the strongest member of the group, he shouldn't he shouldn't want to cook? Like, really? Like, oh, okay. Grace, I guess, of course, according to you, strong people should love cooking, right? Shouldn't love cooking, right? Like, what the heck is that, Grace? Come on. Just because he's strong doesn't mean he doesn't love cooking.
I know some of you are eager to rewatch the movie, and I said I don't think it has that rewatchability.
I disagree. I do think it does. But whatever.
To it, at least in terms of action sequences.
You know what this movie reminds me of now that I think about it? Another Marvel movie this movie reminds me of that I think is underrated. Do you want to take a guess at what it is?
How old? Give me hints. Like, how old is it?
It's pretty old now, sadly. Does anyone guess what movie, a Marvel movie, is comparable to this movie? But this movie is
Not Iron Man 3.
is better. Slightly. No, well, I like this movie. You know, I like. It's another
Uh,
movie. It's kind of similar, actually. Kind of similar.
oh, Guardians?
No,
No, not all the Guardians. Not the Thor movies, obviously.
no.
Uh, not not it's an MCU film. He said. Is
It's
it
an
an MCU?
MCU film. It's an MCU film.
So it's an Infinity Saga, right?
Yes.
Okay, so fuck, it's not Ant Man.
No.
Not any of
No.
the.
Not Spider-Man.
I'm gonna get this wrong. What else? Not Captain Marvel. Black Panther.
No. No.
No, not the Captain Marvel movies. What else came out?
Curious
Phase
to
one.
see. Phase 1. Yes.
Oh, Captain America.
Yes. Captain America. This movie reminds me of that first Captain America movie because that movie was a very good movie, but people shit on it for some reason.
Cause
And it also is like, yeah, it has
the
it's World War II,
cause the next two
40s.
because the next two Captain America movies, like those are iconic Captain America movies. That's the thing, right? Like Civil War
Yeah,
and Winter Soldier. Like people forget
yeah,
about the
but
first
the
movie.
first Avenger is still a very good movie in my
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah.
Like this movie, like I would say the Fantastic Four movie is very kind of similar to that movie, where it's like, yeah, you get the montage. I mean, obviously, Captain America is a little bit more extended with the origin,
Hmm.
right? But like it does feel more like a classic kind of like Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Where it's like very, very much focus on the characters. Not, it never deviates. It doesn't do this like, you know, cameo bullshit. It doesn't do the fucking jokes and all the shit that we got used to with the rest of the other Marvel movies. It's like just pretty straightforward. That's
Hmm.
the comparison I would make with this movie is Captain America, the first Avenger.
Man is an interesting movie to me because I think the Lois and Clark interview scene is as good as an action. I mean, that's Lois. Her action is
Okay,
top.
but
Um,
Grace, there's great scenes in this movie. I mean, you say this is a great scene. It's not an action scene. Are you telling me?
Yeah, but there
Are you
was,
telling me
yeah,
nothing?
exactly. Yeah, the
but
Johnny scene was pretty
I'm
good. Like, what's she talking
curious if you
about?
do want to rewatch this movie,
Yeah.
what sequences are you excited to revisit?
The whole thing.
Imagine
I'm
being
gonna,
able to build
I'm gonna
anything
revisit my
just by
these
thinking about it.
advertisements.
Meet Base 44.
What the hell is Base 44?
Finally, I want to
We'll
dive
never find
into
out.
our Fantastic Four
no
in the
idea.
order of my favorites. And I'm excited to hear your own rankings down below. Time to make some tough choices, or maybe it's not so tough for you. For me, as many of you know at this point, my favorite member of the team easily is Johnny Storm. Even though Joseph Quinn often looks exactly like
I'm
a young
sorry, it does. I agree with her. I agree with her.
blonde Robert
I
Downey
agree
Jr.
with her. I mean, he does look like Robert Downey Jr.
Hmm.
It's scary. It's scary.
It's going to be real weird when they have their scenes together. I wonder if the movie will even comment on it because
Nah, they're
it's
not going to comment on it.
so obvious. They did seem to do away with Johnny's Playboy image here. I don't think he was a Playboy. And they said they wanted to do away with that, but he wasn't a flirt at all. I mean, I think he genuinely was interested in the Silver Surfer. And in some ways, at some points, he almost seemed shy to me, even in his sunscreen ad. I think,
He still kind of was a playboy. I mean, the women still love him. I mean, like, they didn't explore that much, but
he wasn't like, it was a cheeky moment, but not in more ways than one. It is nice that he's the one to decode the Silver Surfer's language. I don't know how he did it. I actually don't believe that he did it, but let him have his moment. Because it
but he did do it. Did you watch the movie?
Yeah, he explains how he did it. He basically took. Well, I mean, it is.
At some
I
points,
will
he
say
almost
this
seemed
though.
shy to
He
me, even
decrypted
in his
her
sunscreen ad.
language based on one phrase, and I guess maybe he used the one word like four. What was it? Die for you? What was the phrase?
Mhm.
I forget what the phrase was, but it was like the
Oh,
wording. It's like if
I
you were
forget
to
the
decrypt another language, it's like you would kind of need a little bit more other words. But the thing was, he also was learning the fact that there was all these other signals going on as well, right? And so he knew he was figuring out that oh, there was something up going, there's something else going on, right? So yeah, I mean, I kind of get it, but at the same time, it's like the scene was still a good scene. You know what I mean? Like
Vice. You know what? Purpose
perp
sniping Sky.
sniping. Yeah, I still think like did Skywalker is he really did he really do that or is he just saying that
He's a
for like to
bullshitter.
look yeah because he is such like this stupid dumb idiot you know what
Look,
I mean like
I wouldn't raid Purpose Skywalker's charming. I mean, like I don't do that, but like that's not my thing.
but not in more ways than one. It is nice that he's the one to decode the Silver Surfer's language. I don't know how he did it. I actually don't believe that he did it, but let him have his moment. Because it underlines that it's not just Reed, but also Sue and Johnny at the very least, who are also scientists, or at least somewhat smart. So much effort in the movie is put
Johnny
into
was never dumb. Like what?
yeah he is dangerous
Yeah, Skywalker is dangerously delusional. He is a threat.
establishing Reed and Sue's romance.
But here's the thing. I think what Skywalker is. The thing is, the reason why I won't rate his chat while he's live or anything like that, because I don't want to make him more delusional than anybody is, because like this guy is borderline getting close
yeah
to
like
being criminally, doing something.
when I thought when people were saying like he did all this stuff at Comic-Con, I thought there was like video evidence of him doing this, but it's him talking about it, and it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, I wouldn't like if he did consider doing that stuff, why would you go to Comic-Con, spend all this money going, and then you get arrested for trying to harass a celebrity?
First of all,
What?
he would get if that's the case, he would get arrested. There would be a restraining order on him because they might get him checked out by a therapist. They put him in jail. They might get an actual therapist or a psychological doctor to check up on him. Right? They might get that. They might have to, right? Because Skywalker, I don't know if he's making up shit because this guy's clearly not in the right mind.
But I the moment
I believe this guy. I believe Skywalker could be as dangerous. He could be violent. You got to be careful with this guy.
had between
I mean, he did stand outside
Johnny
in that
and
Superman
Sue, brother and
costume, but that was like pathetic, honestly.
when everybody laughs at him when he's like, "The silver hair, you're."
I can assure you that you
Shit.
can't see anyone that close from stage. Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
Fuck. He's just delusional shit.
Yeah, like his story, his story just like the fact that it was a story that he said makes me go, yeah, I wouldn't believe it. I wouldn't believe it. He's too much of a bitch to do something like that. And on top of that too, why would he even do that to begin with? Unless he really is just not even not. You would have to be more than delusional. You would have to be almost like what is a term where you're just like eager to get arrested or do something insanely stupid that's gonna have illegal consequences. I don't know what you would call that.
I
Give me a
know.
word.
What's the term for somebody who tries to commit a crime just to commit suicide by getting shot by the cops? There's something for that, right?
Yeah, I don't
People
want to
like
say suicidal, but it's like
Yeah.
someone who is like just like why would you want to do that to begin with? Like it just doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't believe him because it's like, yeah, I'm sure he stood there and he clapped and he had to suck it up
Laughed
and
him
I don't
off, and I
believe
like that Sue, even though she was
yeah, it's just dumb. It's just dumb.
Dumb.
The size of the room, the height of the
I mean,
stage,
there's
the
thousands of
lighting
people.
arrangement
There's thousands.
prevents you from seeing anyone. That's why They use a spot exactly. Exactly.
There's just thousands of people in Hall H for every his partner. His partner's a liar too, probably.
Yeah, they're just saying that his partner says he has a video. I'm sure he does. You know what the video is? It's him in the crowd when they're all screaming and he's saying it and nobody can hear him. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's just
You know
thousands
what I
of
mean?
people. I don't know how many capacity Hall H could hold, but I know it's thousands of people. Yeah, like James Gunn's looking right
Release
at
the
him.
footage.
Like
Release the footage.
James Gunn's looking right at him. Yeah.
Yeah, release the footage. We all know that nothing
6,500.
really happened.
Yeah,
It's all bullshit.
6,500.
It's
Yeah.
all in his mind.
In a room full of 6,500, James
Yeah.
Gunn was looking at Skywalker. Fuck.
Yeah, get the hell out of here.
Maybe if Skywalker's in the front row, James Gunn can maybe see him in the front row because it's the front row. Obviously, everybody will see you in the front row, no matter where you're sitting from. But I mean, if you're sitting on the panel, you're gonna see people in the front row. But
no, he's a liar. He's a liar. Yeah. He's a liar. He's a straight up liar. That's why I'm like, why even give him attention? You know, like there's so many people under his video commenting, and you're like, dude, like you guys know he's making money off of you guys now when you do that.
I know. I did post some stuff.
It's not a lot, but
still,
don't give him any sort of traffic or credit.
Oh.
Because he's monetized. He can put up thousands of ads now, and the first thing people are going to do is run there, and then the ad is going to show up, and then they're just going to comment, and then boom, there you go. He's already made a couple of cents off of you. So that was stupid.
Making fun of him too. Later
Don't let
on,
anybody make money off of you, even if it is a couple of cents.
You know, like she
The
takes him
worst thing is having haters in the chat. Oh, Blinded just got the worst thing is having haters in your chat, and they want you to say something, but they really just super chat you just to say something. And they're like, "Yeah, you haters just give me money, guys."
Yeah.
Blinded, don't you just hate when haters in the chat super chat you just for them to say something? Like, why if you hate me, why are you giving me money?
Yeah, it's stupid. Yeah, I mean, if even if you got YouTube Premium, technically, if a view counts toward, you know, your premium will go to that person. You know, like I don't know how YouTube does it, how they divide it up and shit, but
they do.
A little more seriously because he's her brother, and I thought that was really nice. I wish there had been more moments like that. I think his powers look fantastic. He looks so good. I love that he absorbed fire. I love that he could expertly expel it with force and precision. I loved it. Mm-hmm. I also like that he took decisive action without having to be told to do so. I mean, Sue did say kill the Silver Surfer, but when Galactus was, they decided not to give over Franklin, Johnny just made a move all on his own, and it was effective, which I also thought was great.
Johnny's always been my favorite. I got to be honest. So I do like the Thing as well. That was another thing too about the movie. I liked. I'm always gonna like Thing and Johnny's dynamic. It just, no matter what medium it is in, it just works perfectly. So that was another thing I liked about the movie. Their little banters and stuff.
Yeah. They did very well with their banter. So Johnny, the Johnny and the Thing here in the banter.
A non-spoiler review. I would have liked to have known why Johnny was so interested in space. Like he was so eager to.
He's a fucking astronaut.
He's
an astronaut.
Return to space.
Oh, Grace.
Why?
Why? Because he's an astronaut. He's an explorer.
Why? Twice was he willing to make the ultimate sacrifice?
What is she talking about here? What is she talking about? I have the Fantastic Four comic open up right now.
For his family. He was eager to, I felt. He offered to go instead of Franklin's place with Galactus, probably to spend some time with the Silver Surfer, but I think they should have made that more clear.
Fuck.
You know what they should have made clear, Grace?
And then later on, he was willing to push Galactus
have
to
been
the
lobotomized.
Stuck on the other side. Maybe also, now that I think of it, to be with the Silver Surfer. I really feel that this movie could have tacked on some more time. There's a lot of stuff they could have explored, and I think the movie would have been
What do you
better.
want to
off.
explore?
And one of the
brother.
first things were Johnny and the Silver Surfer's romance.
There wasn't a romance.
There was no-
They were
there
not
was-
going to build up a romance.
There was no romance. She rejected him. There's a whole joke about him
Yeah.
or her rejecting him.
Yeah. Oh my God.
You know, by the way, Monica made that sacrifice, and I don't think she got nearly enough credit for it. All right, but it's not Johnny who ends up making the
Hold on, I'm
ultimate
gonna come back.
sacrifice. It's Sue.
All right. He'll be right back. I got to go bathroom too anyway. Did you have fun? Did you guys have fun with me torturing you with that music? Did you have fun with me torturing that music, guys? Oh, shut up, Red. Red loves Grace and Jester Bell. We're waiting. I think there's 10 more videos. No, there's 9 more minutes. We'll get this done soon. This is a long stream. That's why I started at 8 to make it a long stream. Okay. Okay. Grace, Grace has more money than Jester Bell, right? You a fucking hobbit? It was nice. It was nice.
I'm back from the dead.
You're back from the dead? So does Frank gonna bring you back from the
Yep.
dead?
I'm back from the dead. What's
Sue
going
Storm
on?
seems to really be existing in a sweet spot right now, and that she's appealing to not only the trad wife audience, but also
Huh?
the mother.
Oh,
audience.
that's
And
cringe.
she's getting a lot of love.
I hate to break it to you. I hate to break it to you, Grace. Most of the people seeing this movie, because I went to the theaters, I can guarantee you they're not mothers. I mean, yeah, the audience has come out. They're not in the mother age. Or
No, they're not.
the people that saw this movie when I went to, they're not mothers.
That was cringe, what you just said. Cringe. Cringe. Beyond cringe.
So sorry, Wanda fans. I think this might be the end for us.
Wanda
But-
fan.
Huh?
First of all, people thought Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, most of them are men, and we're not mothers either.
Every time with Grace
Okay.
Randolph, it never fails. She always has to bring up Wanda. It can never be, not a single mention. She always has to mention Wanda. It's annoying as hell.
Yeah, it is.
But anyway, you know, a superhero who is a wife and a mother, right? Really, really striking a chord with all
Something
audiences.
Wanda's not. She's not a wife or a mother. That's all make believe.
Oh,
Okay?
whoa, whoa, pause, whoa,
That's true,
whoa.
right?
Damn,
What?
that's cold. She's not a
Well, she
she's not a
wasn't, though. Technically,
wife
she
or a
wasn't.
mother. Damn.
Wanda isn't. Wanda isn't. Technically, she's not. Right? I mean, Doctor Strange said they're not real. He said that. He said it. Your kids are not real, Wanda. He did say. Didn't he say that in the movie?
Yeah, I think he did. Still doesn't make it, you know. It's
Hey,
heartless, man.
facts are not meant to be. Facts could be cold or not or warm.
Damn.
But while again, so much effort is put into, I think, successfully portraying Sue as a wife and partner to Reed,
Okay.
I don't think they made.
Okay. If Wanda was able to make those kids, here's the thing. If she's able to make those kids in WandaVision, why couldn't she have done a Multiverse of Madness? Just make them again.
Damn.
Like, bring them back. You think about that, right? Like plot holes. I'm just saying plot holes. It's not enough. You know what I mean? She could create. Yeah, she did push.
Really enough of an effort to establish her bond with Franklin, particularly considering how important that bond is not only in this movie, but clearly will be going forward. Franklin seems to spend most of his time with Herbie, right? So when Sue dies, overextending her powers to push Galactus through the...
Herbie kind of takes care of him, right?
Yeah, he does. Like it wasn't
Yeah.
up to
Making
Herbie, it wasn't
sacrifice.
Herbie's like decision, it was
her
kind
son.
of forced on him.
I got why the FF really felt that loss. The Fantastic Four.
Mm-hmm.
Drugs.
She's an
Hardcore
outside the above
drugs.
lost gravy tard.
To me, it seemed that Franklin would be too young to understand it and emotionally wouldn't feel it because he did not, or at least we didn't see him really spending a lot of time with Sue.
But
I guess
we did. But we did see him spend time with Sue a lot in this film. What are you watching? Oh my god. Oh my god.
She was not
What
watching
film are
it.
you watching, Grace?
She was not watching anything. Let's keep it a buck. She was not watching anything.
Was she looking at her phone the whole time?
Yeah. No, she was, yeah. She was in La La Land, man. Like, what is she even talking about? It shit don't even make sense. Shit don't even make sense.
Yeah.
of course, people will point out to that natural bond, that spiritual bond between mother and child.
They did. They did. Grace, why? You want?
Felt that one.
Grace always
didn't
wants
feel
more.
Sue and
She
Franklin.
always wants more. She always wants more. That's the problem with her. She always wants more.
Well, that's what a lot of people, they always go like they want more, right? And instead of it being a sign of like, hey, this is good, and that's why I want more, it's more like, no, I you know what I mean? Like, I need more of this, and then it's like they get more of it, and then it's shit, and then they still complain. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes it's like
more is not always.
less is more. Less is more. Some of these people, I feel like
more
they
is not
forget.
always good, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they forget, man. They forget.
Exactly.
It's connection beyond that's her son. because it is. I
Grace
also
went
felt
to-
she could have used her powers much more.
Grace went
And
to
one of my
Red
favorite
Box to
moments was
grab
when she
off
surprised
Brad Pitt
Ben and Johnny in the room by revealing that
That's funny. Grace
Revealing
went
the
to
crack
a red box to
cocaine.
grab off Bradford.
Oh.
She wants to watch a Cobra movie. She might did. The Watcher Cobra cast, apparently they were at the world premiere of the film.
Yeah, they were in the movie. When
Yeah,
they're
they
in the
were.
montage
Yeah, that's
sequence, you
true.
could see them in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, when they're all like,
they're
"Thank
like,
you,
when do you think they're
Fantastic
going to be
Four."
back? And
Yeah,
They
the
cameos.
old
it's like, we're all,
people. That was them.
and they all jumped.
Correct.
I would have liked more of that. And she can't fly yet. Well, she doesn't fly. She moves around either on invisible discs or slides. But I hope she learns to do that soon. This isn't an origin story. I would have liked for her to have been much further along with her powers.
Old Spice,
Oh,
super
God.
hydration. Keeps me 24/7 moisturized
What?
and smells like a Fiji
Huh?
vacation.
Ooh,
Is she retarded?
I do think that she's
Did she not see like some of the stuff that she was doing is like
don't know.
some of her most advanced stuff? What is she talking about? Like she bended. Did you notice how she amplified Johnny's firepower? Did she miss that?
Yeah.
Did she completely miss that? Did she miss the fact that she was she was able to cloak an entire fucking ship when she was giving
Yeah.
birth? Like what the hell
But
is
she
she
wants to see
talking
her
about?
fly. She wants to see her float in the air, in the air,
The fuck
That's
outta
all.
here. She's done way cooler stuff, by the way, than that. The hell.
Yeah, flying in the air is not that impressive, whether you naturally or by powers, whatever. It's really not that impressive. Because
but colder than Sue is usually shown to
like some heroes
be,
do
and
it.
certainly more aggressive. But as some of you reminded me, Vanessa Kirby has said that she's very interested in doing the Evil Sue Storm storyline. Malice, who of course has won over a lot of fans in the Marvel Rivals video game, and she said that she's trying in this movie to plant the seeds for that version of Sue. And I see them when you remind me of that.
They're not going to do that. I'm sorry.
What?
They're not going to do that. I don't think they're going to do that. Why? Why would they have this version? Why would? If she sees it, I see it happening. She's going to plant the seeds for that.
I think they would do Malice
Like you're
though.
telling me
I'm not gonna lie. I do think they would do Malice. Like if the Fantastic Four ever like do some like multiverse shenanigans, they would probably do some. But
Not this Sue story.
but I don't know what she's talking about when she says
here's the
Vanessa
thing.
Kirby said she's planted the seeds. No, she never said that. She never fucking. said that.
Where is the no.
As for Ben Grimm, Ebon Massa Backrack is so charismatic, and I think that helps the character a lot. But the movie simply doesn't have the space for him. I thought Natasha Lyonne, as a teacher who still works and lives in his old Jewish neighborhood, which he's trying to reconnect with, that was great casting. I think I could feel a spark between them, and I felt that she
I
could
feel
love
like it
Ben
was
as
pretty.
he
It
currently
was
is.
pretty
But
bad
on that
casting
note,
because
Just
she's
wasted.
playing the wrong character. She's playing the wrong character. She literally looks like Alyssa Masters. It's just she needs to be blind. That's really it. Like it was like,
No.
why would you cast
I
her,
could-
dress her up like this, and she literally
I'll
looks
tell you
like
why.
Alyssa Masters. It was surprising.
Natasha Lyonne, okay, obviously she's Jewish, but her voice is very Jewish-like. That's the reason why, and her character is Jewish. That's the only reason.
Something makes me think there was some like reshoot or something that changed her character.
Maybe.
Because I'm like, I don't really buy that this was supposed to be a Jack Kirby reference. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
What is that? Rachel Osman's her name?
Yeah.
Rachel. I don't.
It was supposed to be that's the name of like one of either Jack Kirby's like wives or like an old friend or that. That's what I heard, but I don't know. I thought that was another thing. Like the my only like real criticisms of the movie stems from the Thing, because it's like I don't like his voice. That was another thing I was like, his voice is It's like, why? Why didn't he
Yeah.
put up? You know what I mean? Like, at least give him a Brooklyn accent, man. Like, you couldn't try. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I was a
it's
little
Rachel
bit
Wasserman.
surprised.
I think it's confirmed. Rachel Wasserman was likely named after Rosalind Wallace Kirby, the wife of Jack Kirby. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but
Jack Kirby.
regardless,
Is Jack
I don't
Kirby from
understand why
Brooklyn?
she wasn't.
He's from New York, right? Jack
Yes.
Kirby. Is he from
Yeah,
Brooklyn?
they changed the name of the street that he lived on to Yancey Street.
Yancey Street, yeah.
Jack Kirby was Jack Kirby Street, whatever which way, but yeah. So that was pretty cool that they did that. Yeah, I thought the voice was Boston. Nah, it's New York.
Yeah.
You know, Ben has had this horrible change to his physical form that I think in some ways broke his connection to his own humanity. And you can see him at first trying to connect through his old neighborhood, and that's why he keeps going back there, but also through his spiritual connection to his religion. And he does visit a synagogue where he sees Natasha Lyonne's character. And she even brings up for spirit, are you here for spiritual guidance? And he says, no, to see you. But I'm like, why can't it be both? I mean, again, the movie doesn't have the space to explore this, but I think they could have pushed it a bit more. I think they could have alluded a bit more to what Ben is going through. That's the problem with going to Franklin, skipping over an origin story and going right to Franklin. I don't think they're able to do enough with the Fantastic Four, and Ben got shortchanged the most. Even in the action sequences, again,
it does make me
hardly
think
used,
that
which I found really surprising.
maybe the Thing is supposed to have a larger role in Doomsday, because it's like there's like rumors that he fights the Hulk and he has like sequences with other characters, like various X-Men characters and Avengers characters. By the way, I didn't say this, but did you hear that there was a leak from Alan? Is it Alan Cumming? Is that his name?
Cummings, yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, Nightcrawler.
Yeah, he said that he fights Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah.
So that and he fights him in the Baxter Building.
Why would he leak that out? That's so stupid.
So
Can he get in trouble with that?
He did get in trouble. He said he got in trouble for it.
They might have to, they might change that now, right?
Nah, I don't think they would change it because we don't know the context, and it was an action sequence. He said it was. There's no way they would cut that. Because the thing is, if the X-Men are in the Baxter Building, I mean, that sounds like a story moment. Why would they? You know what I mean? So I don't think they would cut that.
The X-Men end up in 838. Cool.
Eugene at CIBC speak our languages, which let us feel
he likes the
comfortable.
monsters
He
and
suggests some of the program to us.
It's been very special.
Well,
for
the
me
thing
to help
is also
businesses
too,
build
Stan Lee did
their
like the
success
monster
story here in
characters as
Canada.
well.
Yeah, he
That's
did.
probably why. Yeah.
Then finally, Mr. Reed Richards. And we all, well, most of us love Pedro Pascal. I love Pedro Pascal. I think
I thought he
he's
did a
really
great job.
just so incredibly
I thought-
charismatic. And
People
as I said
shit
in
on
my
him and
trailer
stuff.
reactions to this movie,
Yeah.
and I still
Said he
feel this
wasn't-
way. He's so charismatic and so much personality that it's weird.
Mm-hmm.
To have him playing a character where he can't tap into that. I'm like, he kind of does. It's so strong, it still breaks through. And I have an interesting observation about that. But I think he's not utilizing. I think
You can't say
what he brings to the table in terms of his movie star persona alters the character of Reed Richards, which makes it not totally fit with
No.
the story. And let me explain.
No, I don't.
Now,
know.
it does.
What the fuck is?
Let her explain. Let her explain this
Okay,
horse
okay.
shit.
Seem, as some of you said, that maybe perhaps, Pedro Pascal made the choice to put Reed on the spectrum. And that's a great choice, as I said earlier in the spoiler review. And I wish they'd make that official. I think it would broaden the conversation. I think it would be really interesting to show someone on the spectrum who's still able to live this very rich and rewarding, extraordinary life, personally and professionally. As of right now, I think that, in addition to maybe that choice, Pedro Pascal has also chosen to play Reed a bit stilted. Like he's aware that he's in a period piece, whereas his co-stars, though, have chosen to play their roles more naturally. So that also kind of sets him apart a little bit. And again, if his character was on the spectrum, that might explain that choice better.
There's people that are not on the spectrum
really.
that
That's
don't,
the character, though. Like that's again, that's her. But like, I don't understand. Like the character is kind of a little like neurotic. You know what I mean? Like he's always like. I mean, they even make a joke in this movie about him being in like solitude when he finds out that he's gonna be a father. And they're like, "Oh, it's weird. You probably would be locked up." And he's like, "No, I have that scheduled." And you're like, "Yeah, that's what Reed Richards would do." He's very like, he like gets in these moments where he just wants to be alone, right? And like work out through his shit. So it's like that was the character. Like he always seems a little bit like thinking about so many things at one time, right? So no, I thought that was actually like he did a good job at portraying that characteristic because it's like, well, that's Reed Richards. You know what I mean? So I don't agree with that.
Perhaps Reed is thinking too fast to speak or dares not speak what he's thinking. There's that nice little speech he has about how it's his job to think of the horrible things so that he can keep them from happening.
Right.
But the choice to make him most of the time hesitant is not very compelling, I think, on screen.
Stupid.
Himself from saying
stupid. That's a core part of the character, though. Like that's one of the most core part of the character is that he has a moral compass. I mean, when you go and you look at like, and the thing is the fact that Matt Shafman or whatever Shackman, the fact that he read the Hickman comic, that it kind of shows you that he was borrowing from that comic, because one of the things in that comic that is revealed that makes this Reed Richards, or I guess the comic Reed Richards, unique in the multiverse or the Council of Reed was the fact that he had a moral compass, because all the rest of the Reeds, they didn't actually have a family, they didn't care, and they didn't hold back, and that was the thing that makes them different. And Reed Richards is supposed to be a very compassionate person who is very smart, and he wants to. It's not just about solving the world and solving the universe's problems, and then no one can live in this universe, right? Because like humanity is like, I don't know, archaic or not civilized enough. No, he's trying to like help and better humanity. So it's like, yeah, he does have to be hesitant of like what he's gonna do, because he's like, well, does that infringe upon people's rights and their morals and like their life? You know what I mean? That's what makes him a superhero, Grace. that makes him a superhero. He has to he pauses when he's like, "Oh, I have this idea," but it's like, is that ethical? I mean, that's also what scientists do too. Like they have to think about the ethics of what they're conducting, their experiments, their research. Like I'm sorry, but it's such a dumb take in my opinion. Like, no.
Mm-hmm. What he thinks, or doing what he thinks he should do. I think that's a problem.
Character.
I do feel that in this version of the Fantastic Four, which to me is so weird because you have people, I think some people who are into the trad wife situation saying this film represents them. Here's what's interesting to me. Reed is the heart of this team. The MCU.
You know what? I just thought of? You know what I just thought of?
Who stays home?
Because after that thing that I just said, right, about Reed Richards, it makes me realize something, right? If Doom is somehow connected to Tony Stark, that would be interesting, because Tony Stark is very much in like almost in the opposite direction of Reed Richards at times. Like even though they've worked together and they're on the Illuminati, there's times where Reed Richards kind of does, I don't know, he's not like in complete favor of what Tony Stark is going to do. So that actually might be like a plus when we do see him interact with Doom, if Doom has some connection with Tony Stark. So I don't know. Maybe that actually was a good point or a good choice to highlight in the movie, right? That he's not willing to go that far just to save people. He's not like that's what Tony Stark would do, right? Tony Stark wouldn't go so far and not actually think through how this is going to impact everybody else, right? He's just like, well, I'm doing what I think is best, but it's like, yeah, but you didn't stop to ask everybody else. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's the difference between, I think, the two characters. But yeah, just something I was thinking about.
Home. He works from home.
Yeah, she wants the
Well, his
she wants the
wife runs the
maker.
Future Foundation, and she's the one who negotiates with the Mole Man. This is a very modern setup between the two of them, and it's not comics accurate. Now, I think I would be very into making that
Not
change.
true though.
That would reflect a lot of the way a lot of households are run today. But here's what
It's not necessarily true that that's not comic accurate. By the way, just saying that, because it's like she has split off and has worked in the UN and done other stuff too. Like, it's just that Reed Richards is the leader of the Fantastic Four. Like, he is the one who is mostly coming up with the ideas, right? And they all kind of back him.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, we trust you, right? So yeah.
where else it becomes a problem. It's a little bit like what George R.R. Martin said about even the smallest changes have a butterfly effect on the rest of the story. So Reed in the comics and in other mediums is locked in a lifelong battle with Doom. A battle not just of intellect, but in many ways of ego, right? I mean, Reed is always loath to admit it, but that's a factor for him too. But I don't see Pedro Pascal's Reed allowing his life to get sidetracked like that. I think he would very quickly decide this is going to derail my life, and I'm just simply not.
I disagree, man.
Well,
you see that after the mid-credit scene? I mean, if he takes Franklin.
yeah, like this is like her saying this is like a clear indication that she hasn't read a Fantastic Four comic.
Yeah.
Because the whole premise of this fucking Secret Wars, the fucking Secret Wars comic, literally has Reed Richards building all these pods, the arcs, to save everyone, including his family. And when Sue is the one who dies, he's like the most devastated, and he's like, my entire fucking life, the whole point of this shit has like crumbled in front of me. So it's like, that's not true what she's saying. That's not true, right? And it's annoying. This is the problem with Grace. It's like, again, not everybody's gonna know everything, but it's like when you just say, well, I read a Fantastic Four comic and I get the gist, but then you're like explaining away a big fucking hole. Like you have a gap in your knowledge of the character, and you're trying to pass it off like, well, this is gonna be a problem, and it's like, no, what you're saying is just not true. Like, and if the Russo brothers know, then they would know that this is the true core of the character is that he is always trying to make sure that he has his family and that he has a moral compass, and it's not just getting lost in the intellectual and trying to better everything and remove the humanity of it. So yeah, I don't agree with that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. We're getting close to the end.
Tell Robert Downey Jr.'s Doom, and maybe he will in the upcoming movie.
Of course he is. I mean, Stark
he
and
is.
Doom is more. They're arch enemies. You'll think. Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know what she's
This
talking
is not like
about,
a that.
bro.
I know the guard. Oh my god.
What is she talking about? What is she talking about?
Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic. It's gonna be he is gonna be the main lead of the Avenger movies because of Doctor Doom, specifically because of Doctor Doom. That's the reason why, and the multiverse stuff. No, if you, I don't know if you've been paying attention to this movie, but stuff has come up with this movie, Reed Richards, and he's always made it aware that he believes there's another universe is out there. I mean, right? He always believed that.
Yeah, there was even the mention of that. Yeah.
You don't think that's a tease? Like,
100% it's a tease.
yeah, exactly. He's gonna be there's probably some cast members that haven't been announced yet. Probably don't have a big vocal. They're probably gonna be in it, but they're gonna have not their roles might be reduced. Reed Richards not gonna be one of those roles that's gonna be reduced.
Yeah.
Okay, he's important to the next two movies. Majorly important.
Sideways says, please end this.
It's almost over, my friend.
I'm just not willing to
No,
engage
Jester
with
Bell's
you
worse. Okay, Jester Bell's worse.
We went 3 hours with
in
this.
this way.
Crazy.
You know, have this fight by yourself, but I'm not going to be a part of it. But here's where it gets really interesting, because I can very much see Vanessa Kirby Sue getting locked into a battle of ego with Doctor Doom. And who is in the post-credit scene with Doom and Franklin?
Fuck, get out.
Not Reed, but Sue.
Well, you're wrong because it's not a post-credit scene; it's a mid-credit scene. But you're wrong.
Grace like sidesteps the whole thing and starts filling up fanfic bullshit that she just doesn't understand the characters. That's really it.
Yeah,
She didn't understand the movie, the characters that were presented in the movie, and then in addition, she doesn't understand the characters from the comics. Big surprise.
All right, you got a minute left.
That to me would be very, very interesting. And I mean, again, I'm fine with opening this door as long as you walk through it. You know, if you're going to make these changes, you have to actually.
It's not a
make
change though.
No.
So it's very interesting.
No.
It's not a change. It's
So
a change.
Maybe this movie will make more
because
sense
you don't
once we see
know
where we go.
the source material. That's why you think it's a change, but it's not. There's no change. Nothing you've described is a change. It's just shit that you don't know. That's really it. Like she has such a
But as
narrow
of right
view of the characters. It's annoying.
She does.
now, I don't feel in many ways that the film is comics accurate.
What the
If it's all you
Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. Turn off the video now. Turn off the video.
Yeah,
Serious. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, dude.
That's how we end this shit. Could you believe that all after all of that conversation, she says in some ways the movie's not comic accurate. Oh my fucking god.
Well,
And you know the
yeah.
people in the comment section are
dude.
really the bozos, right? Because they won't go and say, "Hey, Grace, you're wrong because here's the issue or here's the comic where this happens that disproves what you're saying."
Mm-hmm.
And then she will come back and say, "Well, I'm talking about the movies or some shit." No. It's all over the place with Grace.
Oh my god.
What? Yeah, finally. Yeah, we had to end it right there when she said that.
It's not comic book accurate.
Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? And then people will believe that. People will say, "Oh, the movie's not comic book accurate because Grace said it." Pick up a Fantastic Four comic, find out.
I mean, yeah.
There's tons of them. Tons of them. Find out for yourself. I encourage you. Don't listen to this woman's words and believe it's
The
gospel.
director himself is inspired by different writers of the Fantastic Four, incarnations of the Fantastic Four. Yeah, but he decided not to make it at least comic book accurate,
Yeah,
right?
media literacy again. She doesn't like in the movie is comic accurate, but then the stuff that she likes, she goes, "Well, in some ways the movie's not comic book accurate." After we had this whole fucking discussion talking about all the characters, everything in the fucking movie, all the details and stuff, you go, "Oh, it's not comic book accurate." What the fuck? This is why it's even stupid to bring up this whole comic book accuracy stuff, because they're like, these people argue they want it, and then when they get it, they don't know the source material enough to know if it is accurate.
Yeah.
So then when they don't like it, then they go, "Well, it must not be comic book accurate." It's like, listen, it didn't make any fucking difference.
Here's the thing. Some comic movies are comic book accurate. You know, want to know something, Black? They can be shit.
They can be shit. Yeah, I think it can go either way. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
but it's just funny that's how she's gonna say it. It's like, after all of what we talked about, now you're gonna, "Well, in some ways it's not comic book accurate," but you don't even know that it's comic book accurate. So what the hell are you talking about? Oh brother, ain't no way. Pick up a comic, do research on it. Well, don't even do research on it. Forget this talking point anymore. We gotta, no offense, Sideways, but it's like, let's tell people, hey, like if you want to learn about the Fantastic Four, pick up Jonathan Hickman's Fantastic Four, right?
Yeah.
Go read that. If you don't know anything about the Fantastic Four, go pick up his run, right? Marvel's putting out different issue, or they have like a whole premiere collection. I have the premiere collection. There's also the omnibus, volumes of Jonathan Hickman's Fantastic Four run. Go read that, right? If you want to know about classic Fantastic Four, then go read Stan Lee and Jack Kirby's stuff and go see it. You can read. You don't even have to read the entire run, but you could read, you know, maybe 10, 20 issues. You could get the gist of it and be like, okay, I get it. But you can't just pick up one comic. We don't even know what comic she even read. You know what I mean? Like, for all we know, it could be a fucking a crossover with another character that she's counting as a Fantastic Four comic. Like, no, go read a story with the Fantastic Four.
Just graphic novel, man. Find a graphic Fantastic Four graphic novel.
There's tons of miniseries. I mean, you can read. There's tons of different versions, miniseries that they have with Fantastic Four.
I mean, she could afford this. Go on the Marvel Unlimited.
Yeah, she doesn't really like the characters. That's fine, but like, don't sit here and say it's not comic book accurate after you just said a bunch of misinformation about the character.
Yeah, she says this all the time too. It's like,
it's annoying. It's annoying. Well, the whole thing, even on Twitter too, it's like you see like people who like they scream from the high what needs to be in a comic book movie, and then like when they start moving the goalposts and they start saying, oh, you know, it has to have this, have to have that. You know, these people will never be satisfied. And the criticism that they often levy against these movies, it don't even make sense. It don't even make sense. It's like, what are we even complaining about here now? Now you're just like going into the weeds and you're lost in your own argument. So fuck these people. Yeah. Well, you know nothing exactly.
You know nothing. That's it.
Tell them about the comic and slap them with that comic. Yeah. Yeah, here's the comic, slap them in the face and just leave it with them. Like, that's what needs to happen. Oh, you know what was funny, Aaron? Someone on Twitter, right?
What?
Try to like own this guy, right? He was, because this guy's like, you don't read comic books. I don't know the accounts names or whatever. I'm just seeing the interaction. And so the guy replied back, oh, I don't read comics. And he shows his shelf full of omnibuses, right? And as someone replies, just because you have books on your shelf doesn't mean you read them. And you're like, oh, this is how we move the goalpost, eh? Yeah, I bought all these books because I'm not gonna read them. You know, the hundreds, these omnibuses from Marvel is expensive as fuck. In Canada, it's like, what, 150? That's expensive, bro. Like, you telling me you bought all these omnibuses not to read them? Get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, and when you click on the account, and I clicked on the account, and you want to guess the age? Straight out, fresh from high school. I'm like, oh my god. Never listen to
it's a high school kid.
Twitter. Yeah, it's a high school kid telling people how they should feel. Get the hell out of here, fucking high school kid, bro. Like, get the fuck out of here.
She read the Terrifics, even the TVs.
She read the Terrifics. She read the Terrifics and thought it was Fantastic Four. Snyder Bros are like that, yeah, for sure. Snyder Bros are their braid is like dripping out their fucking ear, bro. Like, they don't even know what the hell they're talking about half the time.
Oh, by the way, Red was right. Red was right. You weren't here yesterday because you were seeing the movie, which is right. So he was right. He was right.
What?
Apparently, some of the screenshoters 6 years ago, suggested that Oprah Winfrey should have been like the Waller. Please. Did you see him when we were casting for Suicide Squad? Oprah Winfrey.
Oh, brother. Oh, brother. They wanted Oprah Winfrey as fucking
You get a bomb in your head. You get a bomb in your head. You get a bomb in your head.
Oh man. I mean, that might have been funny, but oh brother. I think actually, you know what? Isn't Oprah on the Epstein list?
Is she?
Well, I think she
You
hanged
get
out
a
with
child.
Jeffrey Epstein.
You get a
Oh.
kid. You get a kid.
Yeah, I think she was like friends with Jeffrey Epstein. She never mentions it. She keeps on the low, on the very, very low.
She's on Oprah Winfrey Island.
Yeah.
She probably has her own island somewhere.
No, she was on the Epstein Island. She was on the Epstein Island, man. That's crazy work.
All right, yeah. I mean, we've been here for almost 4 hours. We're gonna end it here. We haven't really talked about Cape and Trunks.
Yeah, we need to do like on Wednesday review on your
Yeah.
channel.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
When you pick up comics, we could sit down and talk. I mean, the thing is, like, sometimes I notice though is that like the comics you pick up, I don't necessarily read.
That's okay. I mean, you pick up comics I read, and you pick up comics you read, and we can always
Yeah.
talk about them. That's good. Variety. I mean, like you don't always want to have the same thing.
For sure,
know.
but I mean, there's got to be like one book that we have in common though.
Well, we did get Hush too.
Yeah. Oh, did you get Hush too?
Yeah.
Then why not on Wednesday we could talk about that? Because I got thoughts. Or Thursday or whenever you're available.
We got to talk to lead up to Hush too, right? Like, right? The cover yesterday was Batgirl versus Batman, right? Hush was trying to do, and the Joker thing, the morality towards Joker.
I'm gonna read it tonight. I have.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna read it and see.
It focuses it's Hush, but like Hush's plans, like trying to divide the Bat family on the Joker,
Right. On the Joker, yeah. Because the last issue, Damian Wayne pops up, right?
Yeah. Even though Damian Wayne wasn't in the first Hush.
No, but Damian Wayne wasn't even created during the first Hush, so yeah.
And this Hush 2, I don't know when Hush 2 takes place. I don't know how far off it ever takes place, because I don't remember Damian Wayne being that quickly introduced.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like this. That's why I'm like, this is why I don't like Hush 2, because it's like this. Like, shouldn't this be just a straight up sequel from Hush 1?
Damian Wayne is not even Heart of Hush. He's not even in that.
No. Well, yeah, that was because, again, that was before his time.
Yeah. Yeah. He's not even the Gotham Knights when Hush paired some of the Gotham Knights with, I mean, when he didn't have like a shirt on, he just had a jacket, but he had the bandages over his, built chest and stuff. He took on a Joker and like all that. Yeah. Like it's weird.
Yeah, I mean, Hush 2 has just, and remember, this is supposed to be the first part, so it's supposed to be 6 issues.
So next month is the end of part 1 then, right? Because this is the 5th.
No, it's behind. I think it's behind. I think this one is what, 4?
Oh, 4. Okay, so 2 more.
So they got 2 more, yeah.
So that's longer than the first Hush arc, isn't it?
Was the first arc? No, I think that was more than 6 issues, was it? Was it? Was it? It felt more like more than 6 issues.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this one is like, yeah, like if this is the first part and then we have to wait another year, you're like, because the story's going, like, what the hell is happening? What is the point of all of this shit? It just reminds me of the first one, but just even stupider. Yeah. Like, I don't even have a word. Yeah, I don't like the Hush. I think that first story, it's like when you read it, it's like, it's cool with all the characters and stuff, but it's like when you get to the end of it, you're like, what was the point of this? Like, genuinely, what was the whole point of this? Like, what was the point of Hush as a character? Like, why? Like, again, it's just like, oh yeah, I have this like absolute hatred of Bruce Wayne as a kid because he fucked with my fucking parents' and my
death. I
shit
could
like
hear
that.
all this money.
It's just so shallow. It's like, so you did all of this? Really? Like this intricate, you got the Riddler helping you out. You did all of this because of inheritance money. Like what? Huh? What are
He
we
got the
talking
heritage.
about?
He got the heritage money anyway, though. He got it anyway,
Yeah,
didn't he? After he murdered his own mother, he got it anyway. In Heart
it's
of Hearts, they
it's
explained he
dumb
got
as
it.
hell. Well, in the Jeff Loeb story, is what I mean. It's just like, what the hell? Like,
Hmm.
I don't know. And this comic is like this. It's like here we are reintroducing the characters again, where it's like, oh, Jason is now against Batman. Okay. And it's because of the Joker, and Batman bloody well knows that this is gonna happen, and he
Yeah.
should know better that it's like, well, this is clearly a manipulation fucking tactic. Um, like I don't know. It's like, I don't know. Like the story, it's just like, why even have like this, like where Batman needs to save Joker, like in this like predicament where it's like, oh, he needs to do surgery and shit like that, and it's like, you know what I mean? Like I feel like it's kind of like stretching a little bit of the idea of like Batman's no kill rule. It's like Batman isn't gonna point a gun at the Joker and fucking kill him, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, like Batman doesn't have, like he shouldn't have the need to be like, oh, I need to now save this person completely. Like if this person, and this is something I was thinking with my friends too, right? Think about this, right? This is my epiphany, okay, before we go. This will make a little bit more sense, or maybe it won't. In the DC universe, people can come back alive, right?
Yes. Yes.
So so this is
Flash
what I was telling
has.
my friends. Isn't
Wonder
it
Woman
kind of
has.
weird
Superman
that
has.
there hasn't been a story where it's like,
Batman.
if people are dead, doesn't and knowing that you can revive people, doesn't that mean now like characters like Batman go, well, we have to revive the dead because we have a possibility of, you know, letting them live again?
Hmm.
Like I don't know, it just seems like, what line, like, you know what I mean? Like shouldn't there be a line of like, what, like how, like if someone dies, right? Like okay, they're going to naturally die, right? Like we can't do anything about it. We should just let them pass away. That's the most ethical thing. But like for Batman, it's like, well, I have the ability to save them. But it's like, if you have the ability to save people who are dead, shouldn't you do that too?
Hmm.
I don't know. I want to hear some people's thoughts on this, because this is just kind of like my fucking scattered brain. I don't think I've ever even heard anybody even talk about something like this. Like, does Batman have the right to now save people who are already dead because there's a possibility that they can be revived? Who is this? Low stakes revive Ray for Marvel sucks. Who is
What?
this person? Who is this? No wonder yeah, well, like a fresh of, it's just
Sure.
like finally something different. But Hush 2, oh, Hush 2, man.
It's the same thing
Why?
with the Hush one.
I don't know. I'm gonna keep asking this question. Does Batman have the moral obligation to save people, even if they're already dead, like they're already passed, because there's methods of reviving people?
No, if he did that, he would bring his parents back.
Well, then there you go. But I'm just saying, like, why hasn't that been explored somewhere? Like, shouldn't there be a line like, if the person is near death, we can't save them. It's more ethical to let them pass away. Let them, like, it's okay for people to die. I know that sounds terrible, but it's like, shouldn't there be a line? You know what I mean? Like, Batman doesn't always have an obligation to save every single person, especially if they're in, like, they're
That's
literally about to die. You know
that's
what I
not just
mean? Like,
that's not just Batman. That's Superman too. Superman thinks like that too.
yeah, but I just think it's kind of like, I don't know, isn't it a little bit self-defeating? Like, shouldn't there be? What the hell is this person? What about the Lazarus hot
Lazarus
tub?
hot
Is
tub.
this
That's what you
red?
mean.
Is this red here talking?
I don't know. We have to end it anyway.
The Three Jokers could have been a good
Three
adaptation
Jokers. I
to
did not
why
like it.
Joker cannot die, but it was whatever. Yeah, I know. Am I being schizo brain? Like
I
is
don't know.
this like a coherent argument? Like, because this shit has bothered me recently. You know.
Yeah. Well, I'm tired. It's almost been like 4 hours. Thank you, Gracious,
Yeah, it
for the
has been.
5 minute video. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be back Tuesday for sure. I'll be making videos, but I'll be back Tuesday streaming, kicking ass and streaming. Tuesday,
Yeah,
Wednesday, Thursday.
chewing bubble gum and kicking ass.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, that's the plan. All right. Like, share. You know what? Like, share, subscribe, comment, booty grease, and all that. Steal from Tony.
Give me what I want. Give me what I want. You know what I want. Give me what I want, or I'm gonna continue to hurt people you love. Give me what I want. Give me what I want. You know what I want. You just don't want to give it to me. Give it to me. Give me what I want.
We're gonna give you what you want.
That's not what I want.